definitely a good role model for D&D. That man is... Yes, I thoroughly enjoy that man.
Actually, that would apply to all of them, so I'm not going to say it because it's true anyway. I was going to say he's a good model for roleplay, but that's all of them.
It really is. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
I need to watch Age of Umbra, but I am excited for CR4.
I should probably start throwing on the CR campaigns just as background noise some
I need
days.
to finish CR2. I watched CR3 like I followed it as it was live, which was pretty cool. I only had a couple instances where I fell behind. CR2 I've been trying to watch, and I think I've made it halfway through wherever they're at now. I forget where they're at. And then I never watched CR1. I want to, but I did watch Vox Machina. Although I think I'm one season behind. I need to check.
No, they have 3 out.
Then yeah, I am one season behind.
I've binged. I told you I binged all of it over last weekend, and now I'm watching the campaign.
I love that.
And I mean, it's fine for it being like in the background because I've been making a D&D map, so I just have the map in front of me and then CR in the background, slowly working out.
Nice.
I have a hiccup attack.
Okay, so I have everybody's passive numbers down for perception, investigation, and insight. Obviously there's other numbers, but those are like the key 3 that'll get used probably more often than anything. So I will try to remember that.
Well, like those are the only passives that actually matter as passives.
I mean,
the Forge gives you passives for all the other numbers, and it's basically just a +10, right? But like the official, as far as I know, the official book doesn't use it. Like if you look at an actual 5e character sheet, investigation, perception, and insight are the only ones that are like specifically aside as passives.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, you have passive everything, but those are the big ones. Yeah. Sure. I like that Foundry list.
Passive, maybe like instead of perception, you can do a passive survival to like know if there's a trap or some shit like that. But it's very situational.
In prior games that I've played, and this is going into Pathfinder days, the passive was basically used as a take it. So using that skill check without putting too much effort into it to get the result. It would take longer, but it would usually net the result.
Yeah.
If everything was good.
Yeah, take 10 and take 20 were 3 evils. And I kind of like them, but I understand why they've removed them.
Okie dokie.
I feel concentration. I have to go watch TikTok now.
Okay.
That's a great way to start the session.
Right.
Also, hello, chat.
We are live. All right. Is everyone...
I have to mute it. I'm muting myself.
Is everyone good to go?
I have pizza and beer. We're good.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm good.
Hello, Fox. It's the first I've heard you speak.
Sorry, I've been in my own world.
Well, now we have to enter this world.
No, protest.
Well, I mean, we can send Tibby back where she came from. I mean,
Go back to where you came from.
All of a sudden, just disappears. Like, no, wait.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Okay.
Shadow's been generating art for Hellran. Oh my god.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, they're all so good.
Nice. Okay. As a recap from last session, you all had made your way across the river and had finally kind of just made a decision as to how you wanted to, quote unquote, attack the investigation of digging into Dr. Tobias Arkwright. Several of you, being Daxori, Tip, and Grigor, opted to go north into the Kingfisher Square and investigate that area for possible clues amongst the civilian populace as to his motives, as to his what drives him, what the tone and feeling of him is from the populace, and Talina and Helrea, along with Scorch, opted to head west into Juniper Slope and find the house and investigate. While the three of the adventurers had entered Kingfisher Square, you guys came across some tax collectors and had an interesting encounter with them, basically stopping them from what they were doing, gaslighting them into thinking that there was some sort of king or monarchy that had given you orders to do so, and subsequently sent them packing with enough fear to wet themselves. You then ventured further into the square and found the Kingfisher Market, in which you guys kind of got lost in the crowd, Tippy using the elevation of the tents and stall rooftops to her advantage, and was able to eavesdrop on a conversation between several of the guards, getting pieces and parts of what could be construed as evidence or information that or possible clues. Grigor immediately went to shopping and went to purchase some tinkerer's tools, as well as just kind of peruse the stalls and then head out. And Daxori caught the attention, or Daxori spotted something that caught her attention, which was a young female of some kind that was pickpocketing people and then disappeared into the crowd. However, due to her astute observation, was able to keep a beat on her and follow her for a bit. However, all three of each other losing line of sight on each other, that group got split up, and two of them headed back down south to the well to reconvene with the rest of the group. Daxori being left to wander Kingfisher area, trying to track down this elusive pickpocket. The other two, over at Juniper Slope, did find the house and entered the house to speak with, upon the invitation of Mrs. Arkwright, and had a pleasant conversation with her and met a house guest of hers that was there for similar purposes of Kyria, a female tiefling of some sort of nature, unknown at this point, with a religious symbol on her chest of the Everlight. And during the conversation and investigation, it became known that the house had recently been robbed, presumably by Low Hoods, and that some of the items in the house had been taken, and that something was afoot. Helrea and Kyria have both had an opportunity to somewhat explore the ground level. It's not a very large home, but have both investigated a large den/office space belonging to the doctor, while Talina has been keeping a tab on things. Kyria also was able to investigate the backyard, in which she discovered that this is possibly the way that the thieves got in through the back garden, over a wall, and then in through the back door, and then through the kitchen. We are basically picking back up with Kyria has been given permission by Mrs. Arkwright to continue to investigate the home for possible clues as to anything else that may have been taken, how they got in, what they may have been looking for, trying to deduce what's going on, and had figured out that something seemed a little off with Mrs. Arkwright. Helrea and Talina have been waiting in the room. Tippy and Grigor have returned to the well over at the edge of the Fishmonger's district, and Dax is still tracking a bead on this thief. So, as we return, Kyria, you had just recently cast Detect Magic whilst in the den of Dr. Arkwright. Detect Magic did reveal that there was something of magical nature or property beyond the door, but you couldn't see it as obvious. Sorry, not the door, the bookshelf. But nothing revealed itself specifically. There was several vague, loose attempts to possibly try to get beyond the bookshelf, as it determined there is some sort of door there. But nothing as of yet has been successable. You still have Detect Magic up. Nothing immediately jumps out at you as a magical nature inside this space. But you have that feeling, that sense that there is something magical beyond the bookshelf. Do you wish to continue in this area? What do you want to do?
Possibly the last thing I want to do is so last I knew there was a bunch of like documents and papers all like lying around
On the desk, yes.
Yeah. What I want to do is not full on read, but skim through all the surface ones without like having to lift them or touch them or anything, for anything that stands out, that specifically to me being names, locations, or words that make absolutely no sense but might be worth noting.
Okay, so you're just, but you did look over the documents last time, and learned.
No, I didn't focus on them. I only like noted
Gotcha.
that they were there.
Gotcha. Okay. So as you walk over to the desk once more, you're looking for. Say that again because it's kind of a long list. Apologies. Go ahead and tell me again what you're looking for.
Just skim for any names or locations or like
Gotcha.
absolutely unique words that might be both or neither.
The only name that pops out on the documents, on the schematics, I should say, that are on the desk there that pops out is you do see DA in the bottom right hand corner. I'm sorry, not DA, TA in the bottom right hand corner of all of the schematics for Tobias Arkwright. You see kind of like a little signature, like his initials, on the 3 documents that are on the 3 schematics that are there. Are you going through other documentation books or things of that nature, or?
If it looks like it might be related to the documents that are out in the open.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna read every single book that's in there.
Yeah, there's no documents that are like out and open on the table except for a couple of the schematics that look to be hand drawn. But as you kind of survey the room looking for that, you do catch one thing that you didn't see before, where you had just been standing over at the bookshelf, and it's a book that's upside down. All the books are perfectly aligned with the spines legible from one direction, but you notice that one is actually upside down. You're not sure why you missed it last time. Maybe it was because you were focused on other things, but all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, that's upside down.
Before I do something with the book, because I'm totally going to do something with the book, what does the schematics look like? Do they make sense to me at all?
So
as a non-scientific person?
Let me double check your languages real quick to make sure I say. Hold on a second. Ooh, wait. I think we figured out you could read these, didn't we?
I do not remember.
Let me double check one thing because I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah. So you were
Infernal,
actually.
Celestial,
No, you were actually able to read these. And last time I'm pretty doggone it, I should have written it all down specifically what I told you. You didn't take notes last time, did you?
I did take notes. I just don't have anything about like the documents and what they have.
Because you had, I
that's why I'm not sure
remembered-
like if you actually told me or not.
Yeah, I did. I remember you looked at the documents and you can actually read the language on the documents.
Also, a question of whether it was me you told or Melon, because I didn't write it when Melon was looking at it.
Correct. Well, Melon. Wait, Melon, did you? Oh, wait, that's right. Melon, did you cast?
I had cast
comprehend languages, didn't you?
I had cast comprehend languages. Let me see what I have written down.
Yeah, whatever you had
it.
written down.
I was not paying attention when Melon was doing
it. You're fine. You're fine. I knew I gave it to one of you, so Melon probably has that in the notes.
So generally, what Helrea has documented in her own brain and thinking was the schematics noted mathematical formulas, general tinkering notes, had included a thin rectangle 4 to 5 inches long. It was the side view of whatever was drawn there. Gears, switches, and springs, curved metal, probably the trigger.
Meta.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
You're asking a firearms nerd, not to meta firearms.
I'm kidding. But yes.
Also, that the name was Firespark Mechanism number 2.
Yep. Okay, so all that same information that Melon just read out is exactly what you just walk over and you can read it, and you recognize the language is Sylvan.
And
speed reading.
I did note that you wanted a history check to recall the full schematic details, but seems you need
not
a refresher yourself.
Yeah, basically I had you roll history for something unrelated because you actually because your character wasn't there when the other ones were discovered in the previous part of the campaign. So rolling I think I was going to have you start to roll a history, and then I backed off because I remembered you would not have actually seen the other ones yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that was last time. Is because I was like, oh, I'll have you roll this. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, different character. You weren't there.
Do I need to take that out of my notes then?
What?
About the history check to recall schematic details? I thought it was for this one.
No, I said in the future, if you wanted to, you would have to roll a history check to recall them. Because you were basically telling me you took like a mental note of them, like you walked over and like scanned them to try to like memorize them. And so basically I was saying that in the future, if you wanted to try to recall them, you'd have to roll a history check. So you're good. Okie dokie. So yeah, so same thing. So you read all the same information that Melon just read out on, like, you just read it and you can see it all. And it's very clear that all of these schematics and drawings are of some sort of device called a fire spark mechanism number 2. They have like just various mathematical formulas kind of around it, and like what you like picture when you're looking at like a design schematic of like distances between points and like those measurements, and like how certain pieces move with each other or against each other, things like that. And that's essentially what this is it's literally a schematic for building something.
Okay. Now I'm going to touch the book.
Okay, so you
What's
walk
the
over to the book. You just touch the book?
Well, I pick it up and I look at it.
Okay, so as the book slides out, because your passive perception's ungodly high, you hear the faintest somewhere.
I hear the faintest what? Your mic literally didn't catch it.
Not pick it up?
Faint?
Oh my gosh. Okay, my noise gate's doing what it's supposed to, so I can't be mad at it. You hear the faintest click, like very, very soft click somewhere on this side of the room as the book slid out of place.
Does it look like there was some sort of a pressure plate on the, like, where it was lying?
You can't quite tell because there's a bunch of other books near it. But you can tell that the wood here is, I guess, worn is the best way to put it. Like there's like, it looks like things have been moved on and off this spot several times because it's a very packed bookshelf. This just happens to be the one that was upside down that caught your eye.
And that's all that happens.
When you remove the book, yes.
Okay, so the office door didn't shut and there was no hissing sound, so it's probably not on a trap that will immediately kill me.
Yeah, nothing else happens that you can immediately tell.
What is the book?
What is the book? It is a book that is it doesn't have a title on it or anything, and so if you go to just kind of open it and you look at the title page, it is an encyclopedia of various tools and components for blacksmithing, smithing, and tinkering as of like. Basically, it's just kind of like a reference guide to various tools and their purpose and their like origin and stuff.
Oh, all right. Consider that I spent like a solid minute last session trying to see if I can open the bookshelf. I'm going to try and move the bookshelf.
You're going to try to move the bookshelf.
Yes, like does it like open how I thought it would now that something clicked or no?
So what did you do with the book?
Oh, I'm still holding it.
You're still holding it? Okay. So with one hand, then you're trying to move the shelf, and roll me a strength check.
I have two browsers open. Where is it? Meh.
Yeah, you with one hand you grab the shelf and you try to pull, and you just hear the creaking of wood. You try to push, you hear the creaking of wood. You try to slide, creaking of wood, and it's a heavy bookshelf that doesn't seem to be moving at all.
Can I put the book on the table and try again with both hands?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me another strength check. This time I'll say with advantage since you're using both hands.
I'm not a strong person.
Yeah. I mean, you grab it with both hands, and you can hear as the wood is groaning and creaking as you go to move it in all different directions. And I mean, you can feel you can feel that the bookshelf is not toppling over as you pull it.
Mm-hmm.
So what you notice immediately as you do give it this really good hearty college try, that while it's not moving anywhere, that's also something that you notice. It's not falling over. Like a bookshelf, obviously, if someone grabs it and pulls it, it's probably going to start falling over. And it's not doing that either. I'll let you sit here and think for a second while struggle bussing with the bookshelf. As we jump, we're going to...
One carrier versus bookshelf.
You guys thought there was no combat. Roll initiative! No, I'm kidding. All right, so we're going to actually jump all the way back over to Kingfisher Square, where young Daxori, you have been following this hooded, shorter-ish, slender female that has been kind of zipping and scurrying through the market and has pickpocketed several people with various methods, both with skill, deftness, and almost a sense of grace as their movements move through the area. And after a couple moments of kind of moving through this crowd, the individual nears the edge of the market to where it's less dense and disappears into an alley. Do you choose to follow? Shadow? I don't know. I remember last time the mic was dead, so I don't know if that has been resolved. Did they say BRB and I missed it? All right, well, maybe we will come back to that.
I don't think so.
All right, well, I guess we'll come back to that. So I guess we'll go back to the well real quick. Tippy and Grigor, you guys have arrived at the well and have been kind of lingering for a little bit. Daxori has not arrived yet, and the rest of your party is still not here. What would you guys like to do? Uh-oh.
Man down.
Is that an AFK or was that might be an audio issue?
I don't know
Might
if it's
be a
AFK
rejoin,
or
yeah.
audio.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
Also, while we're waiting, did you guys know mimics have a lot of HP? I did not know this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes,
do.
They have a lot of HP.
I feel like the GM has the option to increase or decrease
of course they do. Yeah.
HP given the size of the mimic.
Yes, and basically what I did with my in-person game is they were rifling through this. I keep calling her a hag, but she's essentially a witch, and she had like a little witch's cottage, and so they had defeated her, and they were rifling through the place, and they were investigating her personal like bedroom, and there was a footlocker at the end of the bed, and I'm gonna go search it. Immediately opens it, and this tongue lashes out at them, and like, oh my gosh! And my friend who's been playing a lot longer than I have just starts laughing and goes, I knew it was a freaking mimic. And I was like, yeah, don't worry, roll for initiative. Like it'll be, and he was like, don't worry, this is gonna be like a quick little combat. And I'm like, yeah. And as I stop, right as I look at the stat block for a mimic, and I went, nope, never mind. Like I had to completely reevaluate everything.
I mean, there's the stat block for a juvenile mimic, but those are tiny.
Yeah. I cut the
11 AC, 7 hit points.
Yeah, I cut the HP down essentially to what a juvenile mimic is. I think I added a couple more because I was like, I do not need my party fighting a 57 HP critter right now. Oh no!
Oh no!
How is internet
For
now?
Shadow's internet's been wonky.
Yeah.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Tyra, don't
Not
make
the
us hit
entire
you.
internet.
If possible, a reset might help, but also not a guarantee.
Yep.
I know it's a meme, but it actually works.
It
most
does
of the
actually
time.
work, and it kind of
Like-
annoys me. But yeah,
It
we'll
annoys me too because that's the only way that my internet has become functional again sometimes, and I
Yeah.
don't know why. I'm the only one on my internet.
Oh, that's even worse. I hate when that happens. You're like, it's one thing if I'm sharing the internet with other people. You're like, okay, it's being strained by this or it's being caused by that. It's really frustrating. Like, I'm the only one here. No worries. We are not in a rush tonight. I am big chill. I would much rather everybody be involved, especially since last session Shadow's mic died like 35 minutes or so before we even finished. So
There was the pupper and the skunk, and then the
that's
mic
right.
died.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we
Yeah,
had the
It was
skunk
Shadow did
not
not
a
have a
great
nice night.
time.
Yeah, and then
It
of course
was
we had
not a
where
great
Foundry
time.
died on me and just locked up for 10 minutes or whatever it was. Yeah, it was a rough tech night. But you know what? It happens.
We remind everybody that during this intermission, you should grab your snacks, grab your water.
Yep.
Stretch.
We're also
And
going to remind
generally-
everyone that did you know that Amazon Prime, everybody, if you've got it, you can get Twitch Prime. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, that was half a Maltese that just went straight down my windpipe as we switched microphone types.
That just was like freaking has-been hotel. You swapped to Alistair right there
Yep,
to do
yep.
the ad.
And I must say
was
that
so
almost
good.
everything I've witnessed has been cringe.
Yeah, hey now. Hey now. Wait.
You're a rock star?
You're funny.
Thanks, I tried.
You know what? Actually, hold on. You get inspiration back for that for quoting a Smash Mouth song.
Fuck yeah.
A bard would.
Yeah,
A bard would
this
actually.
musician gets inspiration
True
for
facts.
making music quotes.
True facts. Wouldn't it be funny if you could only get inspiration for things based on like your class? Like bards had to make like song lyric quotes, rogues had to make like cringy like Batman level like
Or
references
quippy
or
one-liners.
what?
I mean, that's how Baldur's Gate does it.
Or quippy one-liners.
Quippy one-liners. What would hold on, like while we're waiting, I mean, we can't. I want to wait to make sure that Shadow's mic actually works and everybody's rocking and rolling.
Baldur's Gate gives out inspiration based on, I don't know if it includes class, but definitely background. So, for example, if you have the background of like sage, then you get inspiration for like finding an ancient text or something.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I literally will give most of the inspiration I give in my in-person games gets handed out because they make me laugh. That's usually how it plays out. Or they do something that's
Funny
like
though, were they?
stupid cool.
That is kind of the most fun way to do it.
Yep.
Plus the actual cool actions.
Oh yeah.
in
Like when they're
gameplay.
like, I remember I gave it to one of my players when there was an invisible Rakshasa and none of them had any sort of spells or anything that could allow them to detect creatures that of an invisible nature. And so the rogue of everyone in the group, everyone can cast spells except him. He picks up 2 handfuls of dust and just throws it in the air. And I'm like, inspiration, that was brilliant.
I would just hide from the invisible thing and then I'd just outwait.
Sure, but Rakshasas are like bounty hunters and trackers. It's like their thing.
You would
Very
not
fun.
win that fight.
Yeah, that would be a great tactic that would not net you very long life.
Well, as
How-
soon as they attack me, I know where they are.
True. Shadow, how we looking? Mike still being stupid? That Batman gif is gonna make me have. I'm gonna have nightmares now. I'm Batman. My voice isn't cooperating tonight. I can't get that low register. It's
Oh,
your internet.
no.
Gotcha. Do you want to like restart your router and whatnot? I mean, we can wait. I really don't mind. Like I said, I because of all the tech issues last time, I would rather.
Fellow Helldiver.
That works.
Okay, well the soundboard works.
Did you make sure that your microphone is set properly and all that? I know it's
Let me
stupid.
talk through soundboard. I don't know how that'll
You
work.
don't have enough of a soundboard for that.
I don't know
Given
how
that the
that'll
server has
work.
0 sounds.
If you
Yeah.
can't get the entirety of an alphabet uploaded into a server, then you can be Stephen Hawking, but we're not there yet.
We're not. No, I'm not. We're not. I'm sorry. I will not be able to make it through a session of someone talking like Stephen Hawking.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Live up to your name.
1, 2. So that's 15. 16, 17. My personal no what's it called? No boosted Discord server allows for 17 sound effects, so that's 17 letters. It's like half the alphabet or something. I don't know.
I wonder how many I can get in here.
Doesn't sound
If you
right.
can get enough for an alphabet, then Shadow can play with us.
I'm A E I
An
O U.
alphabet?
ASL, but for hearing
You found the
people.
problem? Okay.
Oh,
Found the problem.
Either that or just use the text to speech. I could turn that on. That'd be a nightmare.
stupid fiber. What happened?
Wait, fiber being huh?
Did a shark bite it?
Fiber.
I mean, to be fair, fiber cables are very sensitive
They
to
are-
breaking.
They are, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I know for me, none of the fiber cables are even anywhere near me. I'm running just Cat 6 cable. Everything else is outside in the box.
Who shared that meme? I saw that meme somewhere recently.
That Rakshasa gif is very entertaining.
Boredom.
Ladies and
Elders
germs of the
West.
chat, I do apologize for these technical delays. Please bear with us as we deal with technical difficulties. Thank you.
The showrunners would like to remind everybody to please take care of themselves. Go walk your dog. Go, like, I don't know, have a snack.
We're giving
Take
young
your
people the
medicine.
authentic internet experience when it took 5 hours to load one website.
Cable bent wrong, I think. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Well, that's not good.
Also, do you have laundry in the machine? You should probably put that in the dryer.
Don't
No.
remind me about my dryer. I'm scared to look.
Does it have a cat in it?
I don't have a cat.
Then it would be even
Sadly.
more terrifying.
You guys, I have to show you this. So, I have a picture of my wife and I on our honeymoon where she was standing on the balcony of the hotel in Miami and she was looking over basically South Beach at night. And it's this really cool shot with like all the lights of South Beach and she's turning back at the camera smiling. And Facebook is like, hey, you should make this like an AI cartoon thing with like this thing. And it was like showing the comparison. I was like, oh, that looks good. And then I blew it up. This is what it looks like. Look at her. Look at the face. Zoom in and look at the face. Like the rest of it is adorable, but zoom in and look at the face.
That's why you don't do it. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the building in the background. Look at everything.
Well, it's also
That's
funny.
why you don't do AI.
It's funny because it thinks it's like an ocean, but if you look at the original picture, it's streets. It's hilarious how off that is.
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Where did her
I
hand
was gonna say
go?
that looks more
Where,
like.
where did a
fruit
lot
planks.
of things go, Fox? Like her eyeballs alone are disturbing.
Her hand kind
I
of.
hate to tell you,
melted
Neon, I think
into
you might
the
have married a
wood.
Her
mimic.
hand has become one with the wood, and she has no mouth. Her nose is gone. Her eyeballs look like that of a Raggedy Ann doll has met a Chucky doll. Somehow the
Are you
streets.
sure you brought the wife poem?
Yes, I am sure.
You did go to Florida. You may have brought home one of the cryptids of Appalachia.
Way too far south. We were in Miami. The Appalachia is way further north of that. If a cryptid from Appalachia made it down there, it was clearly on vacation. Therefore, I need to just leave it be.
I was like, I'm more closer to them than
Yeah, you're way.
Miami.
Yeah,
I'm like right there.
yeah. You're there. That's a bit of a hike down to Miami.
They're in my backyard pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, heck, I'm in the Ozarks. I have the sister territory to the Appalachians, man. We got all the same stuff out here.
Oh,
Florida
wait a
is-
minute. What the fuck?
What?
Does Florida have skinwalkers?
No, I don't think so.
There was somebody in Disby's Discord named Kyria.
Thief.
That's poggers.
Well, we now know where Jessica got their character name from.
Subconsciously, yes.
Subconsciously, no, I've never seen this person before.
But you could have seen the name in the like members list of the Discord. And
Yeah,
just
we're-
been like,
Got it.
Where did you come up with the
Yeah.
name?
It was a play and a meme on the fact that I like names that end up with IA,
Tell that to
and
the
the
27
original
dead
idea for the character was
patriots and their
Alia, and I was like, meh, and then it just ended up being Kyria for no reason. No.
Gotcha.
I didn't hear the soundboard.
I heard part of it. Oh, I hate you.
Stop it.
I hate you.
Stop it.
No. No. That made me jump.
In the fires of democracy!
Yes.
That's better.
Well,
The
Leon,
freaking door knocking is even worse.
My legs! For the
In your
love of
mind.
liberty, my legs!
No, I mean, the important thing is that I chose to do it when all of you were listening very intently.
Yeah, that was mean. I literally jumped out of my chair.
I mean, now that we know your wife is a mimic, you should be, yeah.
Right?
So the problem with the knocking one is it knocks from the right ear first, and that's the one facing away from
Right,
the
same.
door.
It's a wall. Like, I shouldn't be reacting
That's
to
the
it.
one facing the windows. Like, if something is knocking on my
Oh,
window, I'm on
yeah.
the second
That's a
floor.
good point. That's a good point.
That's freaking creepy.
Yeah, that actually would be and I'm on the second floor. If someone's knocking on that window, that means not only...
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
You have that?
I'm guessing it's from a.
It's.
I'm guessing it's from a Helldivers Discord.
No, that's from a meme. This is Democracy Manifest.
But I'm guessing it's from a Helldivers Discord.
Wait,
I don't think
I'm
it
in
is,
that
no.
Discord. If that's from the Helldivers Discord,
Helldivers Discord doesn't have anything that's not Helldivers.
Okay, I was gonna say because if that was in there, wait,
Gentlemen,
it is in there.
this is
it?
Democracy Manifest.
I guess stand corrected.
2
For enjoying a
hours
meal,
later.
a succulent Chinese meal.
Tell that to the 27 dead patriots and their families.
Womp womp.
Okay.
You're like, okay, bet I'm out. Well, Shadow, if you want, what I can do is I can focus on the other players for now, and we will. If you're able to fix it, great. If not, you and I can talk about maybe like a little offshoot thing for Dax to fill in the blank, since you are kind of off by yourself. That actually could make sense for the story for a bit if you'd like to do that.
We don't want to exclude any players.
Correct. Yes, but at least you can hear us. But it's like if you're just running like tests and stuff. That is an option. Otherwise, if you guys want, we can put a pause. We can do whatever we need to do. Because I
don't even know enough about internet to understand how voice doesn't work, but everything else does. That just doesn't compute.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that that Shadow's mic died last time, but I would.
Stop it!
It wasn't me for once.
No, that was Shadow.
I don't have that.
That works.
Yay!
There we go.
Hey!
Yeah, no, my fiber cable was bent wrong, and therefore it was not liking its life.
That's terrible. Okay. Well, welcome
I mean,
back.
it's
There we go.
relatable, but.
Yep. All right.
We now return to your regular scheduled programming.
All right. Anyways, with that being said, we will jump back over to Dax then. So Dax, as I said before, you had been following this young, slender female pickpocket that you caught in glimpses of and have been tracking through the market. This individual has cleared the market and the density of the populace of the market and has ducked down an alley. What do you want to do?
I want to mug him.
Yep. We're gonna mug him. Do you actually?
No.
Okay.
So they've ducked down an alley. Is it like a dead end, or does it lead to another street?
You don't know yet. You just watched up ahead of you. You watched them left into an alley.
Okay. Dax is gonna approach the alley carefully and kind of just take a quick peek around the corner once she reaches like the entrance of the alley.
Okay. As you go ahead and roll me a stealth check for that.
I don't wanna.
Well, guess what? You're gonna.
Okay.
That was the shortest argument ever.
26.
Oh. Okay. You sneak up to this corner of this alley and brace yourself against the wall, and then go to peek around the corner. And you do so quietly and carefully that no one around you would barely notice that you're doing anything. But as you look around, you see nothing down the alleyway. It appears empty.
Can I see if it has another end, or can I see if it's a dead end?
It is a dead end alley. Well, it's a dead end alley in that you can see a fence at the end of it, like a wooden fence. It's about 6 feet tall. It's not like it hits another building, if that makes sense.
Okay. Is there anything in the alley like trash or anything like that, or is it a pretty clean alley that's got a pretty decent view down to the
No,
end?
there's crates and barrels, some of which are fine, some of which are kind of damaged or broken. There's some debris in a couple of spots. It's not exactly a clean alley.
Okay. Dax is going to slowly kind of start creeping, or not, I don't want to say creeping, but walking down the alley. But she's keeping an eye on her surroundings. She's staying alert. She's not just kind of like doing it willy-nilly. She's doing it carefully.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. For some reason, I had Dax's information in my little note sheet here, and it's gone. So give me a second here. Earlier I was saying that I was taking down your guys' passive things, and for some reason yours got deleted. I don't know why. Let me re-add this.
Dax is so powerful. You're not allowed to know her passive.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're kind of creeping down the alley, you can hear the sounds of the market fade behind you, and the alley's obviously kind of dim and poorly lit from the buildings next to it. And you can hear sounds on the other side of the fence, on the other side at the end of the alley, that sound just kind of like people milling about and such. Monhole, there you go. And it seems to be mostly still empty. Are you going to continue moving down through the alleyway here?
Yeah, she's gonna continue moving down. Like I said, just making sure she's aware of her surroundings.
Okay. Okay. You're saying aware of your surroundings. I'll let you roll a perception check for this as you're like checking the area around you.
18.
Okay, 18. Okay. Give me a second here because I have to do things. There it is. That's what I was looking for. I love when things just make sense in game or in Foundry. What? Why is Talina rolling things? Doggone it! I didn't realize I had Talina selected.
No, for me it says great game master.
Yeah, we can't say.
Yes, but for me, because I had Talina selected, apparently Talina just rolled something. And what did you roll for your perception?
I rolled an 18.
An 18. Okay. As you're moving through the alley, the hair on the back of your neck stands up for a brief moment, and as your hair stands up, you realize, oh shoot, and you spin around real quick, and as you go to spin around real fast, before you can react, there is an individual with a hood over their head with a knife held right up to your throat as you turn around. Individual is basically silhouetted from the light behind them at the end of the alley, and they are about your height, maybe. How tall are you again? You are
6'2".
Oh, okay. So yeah, they're a teeny bit shorter than you, maybe 6 foot even, and slender, thinner than you by a little bit, and does have a feminine form and holds a knife directly out at you. Why are you following me?
Is she? She doesn't have it out at me or at my throat?
She has it held up, so when you spin around, it is at your throat.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, and with the knife, why are you following me?
Dax kind of gives like a little bit of a smirk. Good move. Out of curiosity, more or less. She says kind of nonchalantly.
Haven't you heard what curiosity did to the cat?
She kind of looks like she's thinking for a moment. No, remind me.
You can't make out facial features from the hood that's concealing them. But you watch the head kind of tilt a little bit, and it died, of course. And with that, it being flicks their wrist just a teeny bit and catches your cheek with just the tip of the blade. Just a very, very. I mean, doesn't even do you damage. Like, I'm not even gonna make you take damage from it. Just very quickly, and it's amazing how quickly the wrist moves and comes right back. It looked like it was nothing.
Okay, does she still have the knife to Dax's throat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just, and then right back where it was.
Oh.
No more than a paper cut.
Okay. Well. And she kind of looks up. She kind of looks at the person. You know what Mother used to say to me?
Head tilts. No response.
Never harm any guests. And with that, Dax kind of raises her leg to try and push the woman off of her.
So basically, you try to kick her.
Yeah, and kick her back.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me I'd say with that'd be an unarmed strike. So go ahead and roll me that. Which for you, since you're doing physical rolls, it's okay. Physical rolls for you would be, you're gonna roll.
I never remember this.
It's your D20 plus your strength modifier, I believe. Let me double check that.
I don't have a strength modifier.
Okay, so then it would just be a straight D20. Yep. Yeah, so it's gonna be a straight D20 for your bludgeoning, and then
a nat 20.
A nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay, well obviously that hits because it's a nat 20. And you feel your foot connect with the center sternum of the individual in front of you, and you're it's like you literally knock the wind out of this individual, and they take about a half step back, and they take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. That was quite good. And you see as she actually takes another half step back, and a second dagger is drawn, and you can see the glint of the two daggers in both hands. And the individual, you hear kind of breathing deep, says, "I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to know why you were following. But if trouble's what you wish," and the daggers flick around so she's holding them in reverse. And she kind of braces herself, but she doesn't lunge at you. She just kind of braces herself.
Dax looks at her she's not making any threatening moves. She kind of just standing there, kind of like with her. She's kind of standing there with her arms crossed and kind of just leaning to the side, like, really, we're doing this.
With that, you notice that the body language changes a bit. It goes from like, I'm ready to attack right now, to I'm taking more of a defensive stance. And you can tell she's almost mirroring your stance of readiness, essentially.
Dax isn't ready. She has her arms crossed.
That's what I mean. Like, she's going from like, I'm ready to go right now, to, oh, we're not going right now. Okay, I'm going to ease up a bit. Like, that's what I mean. Like, your sense of readiness has dropped, so hers has dropped.
She looks at the individual in front of her. I was more so just wondering what you were doing. I saw you, well, to be fairly blunt, pickpocketing. And from one thief to the other, I was just curious.
She stands up a little bit. You saw that? No one ever sees me.
Of course I did. Well, I'm not a normal person, am I?
You can tell that the figure, like obviously still hooded, kind of looks you up and down. No, I can't say is that you are. You are definitely unique to these parts. And with that, you watch as she straightens up, sheathes one of the daggers from her left hand, and actually reaches up and pulls the hood back, revealing a very young looking half-elf woman, and has almost white hair. Actually, it's pretty much like a silvery white hair that's actually braided into two I don't know hairstyle names. It's two braids. I guess pigtails is the correct word. Pigtailed braids on the back of her head, and kind of looks you up and down with a raised eyebrow. And so at this point, what you can kind of see that she's wearing is, so she does have like a large cloak with a hood on that's covering up very simple cloth clothing, and it's very it's very worn clothing. It's very clear that this person is not of means. The clothing is not fancy or ornate in any capacity. It is very clear that the gear that she has is old. You can tell the only thing on her that looks like it's taken care of is the dagger in her hand. Everything else on looks like it's not made for her, like it doesn't fit correctly, or she's had to adjust it to fit. It is worn, has holes in it, or various wear and tear on it. It's very clear that this person is not the most well equipped. But as she kind of like looks you up and down, how were you able to see what I was doing, if you don't mind me asking? Most people, and she kind of shrugs over her shoulder, they never notice. I've got away with so many things.
She kind of smiles. I bet you have. But when you've been a thief as long as I have, and you've, like yourself, have had to live off of the pickings of other people's pockets, you kind of learn how to keep your eyes out and to notice things that others don't.
So you're kind of look around. I suppose that makes sense. For me, it's a matter of necessity. I don't really have a choice.
No, I truly understand that. I'm not here to judge you, she says, placing her her hand up to like her chest. I'm not here to judge you at all. I was just, like I said, merely curious. We all do what we have to survive.
Roll me a persuasion check, if you'd please.
I'm trying to figure out if that's 16 or 19.
Those are two different numbers.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that's that. 22.
Okay. You watch as her shoulders drop. She becomes visibly more relaxed and looks you up and down again and kind of cocks her head to the side a bit and kind of goes, I suppose I believe that. I thought you were going to try to either stop me or return what I had taken, or take it for yourself.
No. What one thief, in my philosophy, what one thief finds is theirs. It's not my place to take it from them. Unless, it's something truly, truly valuable. In that case, then we might have a bit of an issue. But in this instance, I'm not going to take what you've grabbed, and definitely not going to tell you to return it or hand you over to the authorities. That would go against all of my principles.
Can't say I've ever met anyone like you. Everyone I meet is either a mark or trying to stop me or return something I may or may not have taken. That's
again
not often that I meet another thief such as yourself that's not trying to steal from me.
Yes, well, there are a variety of us out there. Some with a moral code, some without. Some who do it for fun, and some who do it out of necessity.
So
I'm one of those that has a moral code and more does it for the thrill.
Aha.
So I'm not gonna steal from someone that does it for necessity. I used to do it for necessity. Now I do it for the thrill.
So, what, if I may ask, is a thief such as yourself, as she kind of like gestures to your overall appearance, doing in North Daroon following me?
Like, and she kind of looks at her, curious, and kind of lifts her eyebrow. Like, what am I doing here, or
yes, what are you doing here?
Like, what am I doing here, or what am I doing here? Like, how? Like, why is a creature like me here?
No.
No, and that's how she's asking it. She's trying to figure out.
Gotcha. Yeah. I meant no offense. I've met many of your kind. I more meant, what are you doing here in North Daroon, following me? Like, I don't. Like I said, I don't meet people such as yourself. Hardly. Well, realistically, ever. Let alone here in such a place as Kingfisher Square.
Well. I've been, we'll say, and she kind of waves her hand in the air, conducting some business.
What sort of business?
And my employer is seeking information about a certain individual, and I was in the area trying to, well, to put it bluntly, eavesdrop when I noticed you and took some interest.
Eavesdrop on what?
Just any conversation that I might hear that would be beneficial to my employer.
She kind of squints and crosses her arms. At this point, she's sheathed her other knife, so she's now no longer is armed. Who is your employer?
Well, one such as myself never reveals such information. But I do have a proposition for you.
Go on.
And she kind of leans against one of the walls, still looking at the individual. I will give you a bit of coin if you have any information on a certain individual, because I'm speaking from experience here. Individuals in your situation usually come across information that can be valuable.
What sort of situation are you referring to? Are you referring to the fact that I am a thief or something else? And you see her position, her body language kind of changes as if she's like feeling accused of something.
No. And can Dax tell?
You can tell from the body language that her tone just changed as well.
No, I didn't mean any offense. What I'm about to say applies to me as well, so if I'm offending anyone, I'm also offending myself, I guess.
Fair, I suppose. All right.
I meant individuals that are outcasts from society and, don't follow the normal rules.
As soon as you say the word outcasts, you watch her and you watch as if all of the weight inside of her sinks, her shoulders drop, her facial expressions drop, everything about her just suddenly reacts to the word outcasts. She doesn't break eye line of sight with you for very briefly. She may glance down, but she's still looking at you, but her body betrays her and lets her entire demeanor changes.
Can Dax see this?
I would say I'm not even make you roll for it because it's just the two of you here, and she's basically backlit, so you can basically kind of see everything her body's doing, and it comes off very apparent that as soon as you say the outcast of society, her body physically reacts to that. Well, I suppose there's some validity there. What are you wanting from me, then? I am always interested in coin, that's for certain.
Well, have you heard of any information about, that would be, I would say, or let me rephrase this because the question didn't come out right. Have you heard of any chatter that would be seen as out of the ordinary about our good friend, the councilman?
Like, which councilman? There's several of them.
The one of North Daroon, of course.
You're talking about Dr. Arkwright.
Yes.
And you see her body language changes once more as she tries to think. I mean, suppose that I've heard a few things. Are you looking for something in particular? Or just in general?
Anything that you, and she kind of points at her, not like accusatory, but kind of like in a gentle manner. Anything that you would consider important or out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary. Well, no, not as of late as far as out of the ordinary. I did hear his house got robbed recently. Wasn't me, but word on the street is that the Low Hoods may have done it, which is odd considering they don't come across the river hardly at all. It's usually the south that they linger in. I know that there has been an uptick in taxation, which it goes directly in contrary to what I know of the doctor, which doesn't make sense. That was a strange bird. I know that. And she's genuinely thinking. You can watch this. She's genuinely trying to kind of pull her thoughts together and try to help. I'm nothing out of the ordinary. Beyond those things, I'm trying to think. I know he hasn't spent much time up here recently. He's been spending a lot of time with the city council down in the city, which that is a bit unlike him. He used to be frequently seen up here. Is that what you're looking for?
She smiles. Yes, that's very helpful. And with that, Dax kind of pushes herself up against off the wall and starts walking towards her, not in a threatening manner.
As you kind of walk towards her, she kind of starts to back up a little bit.
Hey, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna give you your coin.
I understand. Just excuse me if I'm a bit defensive.
I haven't shown you I'm gonna threaten you. I only kicked you because you had a knife to my throat.
I suppose that's fair. All right.
Put your hand out.
She does. She hesitates for a second and then holds her left hand out.
And with that, Dax rummages into her pocket. And she is going to give her
Dax the money bags at the party.
Well, I'll say this. As you're rummaging around for coins, she actually pulls her left hand back for a second and says, "What if we change the arrangement?
Huh?
What if instead of coin, you introduce me to your employer? I can only get so far pickpocketing the north part of the city, and I don't have the means to get across the river. And admittedly, I don't like robbing from my neighbors. I usually will go for the merchants coming in from the north or the city guards when they're not paying attention. But if someone is willing to hire you to do such tasks that I presume pay well, maybe they'd be looking for some additional help."
Dax kind of raises her eyebrows. We'll do this. I'm heading back down to South Daroon. Have you ever heard of a spot called the Lunky Tankard?
No, I've never been across the river, so I can't say as I have. I was born and raised. Well, actually, I'm not sure where I was born, but I was raised here.
Okay. Well, if you go across the river on the ferry and you walk the docks, about halfway you're gonna see a tavern called the Lunky Tankard.
Mhm.
That's where I spend quite a bit of time.
All right.
Let me talk to my employer, and you meet me there.
Well,
we'll say
I have no way of crossing the river. That was what I was saying.
I'm not done.
She raises her eyebrow. She looks almost a little offended that you like ha ta 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 ta. Like she almost looks a little taken aback by that.
You meet me there, we'll say, tomorrow at down, and we'll go from there. As for getting across the ferry, Dax pulls her hand out of her pocket because she never did. Never. And she drops a small bag of 25 gold pieces in her hand.
And she, the young lady grabs it or takes it carefully and kind of holds it and looks at you and goes, I appreciate this, but I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. If I get anywhere near that ferry, I will be arrested. And I say I don't have the means. I can scrounge together 5 silver to get across the river. Or I can stow away, but the guards check anyone near that ship. And if anyone from North Darun attempts to go to South Darun without the proper documentation, much less someone who is... She kind of gestures to herself. Someone of my ill-gotten means and chosen quote-unquote profession, the likelihood of me being able to make it across is highly unlikely. I will most likely be arrested and either barred from entering the ship, or I will be thrown in the stockade for my crimes.
Dax is kind of is standing there. Well,
may I make an offer? And she's still holding the money. Like, she didn't just take it and pocket it immediately. She's still kind of keeping it out there. It's like,
well, I have a solution.
All right.
First off, keep the gold. That's your payment for the information that you provided.
Her eyes get large and she slowly starts to pull the money towards herself.
Also, buy yourself something clothes that actually fit, and maybe a warm meal. As for getting across, meet me by the ferry. We'll say in about 3 hours.
She's not.
I have a way we can get you across. And then I'll have you meet me at my proposed location tomorrow at sundown. After I've talked with my employer. Does that sound like a deal?
She's nodding along. I think that would work. Yes, I can meet you at the docks in about 3 hours if that's amenable.
Yeah, she nods. And as she turns to leave, she kind of looks back at her and whispers loud enough that she can hear. Being an outcast is not a bad thing.
Are you walking away as you say this?
Yes.
Okay. Then you wouldn't see how she'd react, but you don't hear an audible response at that statement.
Okay.
Okay. And
as Dax starts to make her way out of the alleyway, and down towards where the ferry is.
Okay. So you start headed back towards the docks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By the way, because I was trying to get this in here, this is what she looked like. If I can. Oh, I don't want to show. Well, I guess you're gonna
display it in Foundry and also in Discord.
Yep. You can scroll through it. It's kind of a large photo, but that's essentially what she looks like.
But her hair's white instead, right?
Yeah. This welcome to AI being AI, but besides the hair not being correct, that's what she looks like. Actually, let me see if I can.
Interesting tattoos on the arm.
Yeah, you wouldn't see that. Those would have been covered by long sleeves. But again, AI being AI. All right, and anything else you want to do, or you said you're just heading straight back to the dock?
She's making her way back towards the dock because she doesn't know where everyone else is, so she just assumes she'll meet up with everyone there.
Okay. So in that case, you make your way back, and I'm just going to put you doing that to keep track of you. All right, so we're going to jump back over to the house. Talina and Hellray, you guys are sitting out in the sitting room, I believe, correct?
Last we had, last time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had just been given the documents, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, you have the kind of the missives, the letters that Mrs. Arkwright drafted for you to basically get you into the city council district. But when Mrs. Arkwright led Kyria into the study and then basically left her there and that said she was going to return a little bit, you saw her go upstairs, and you haven't seen her come back down yet. What are the two of you wishing to do with essentially Mrs. Arkwright has gone back upstairs again and has kind of left you to your own devices in her living room?
We got what we came for.
I believe Hellraya would try to give a little bit more information about what had gone down in the room, what she had spotted. So, in very hushed discussion, you remember what I told to you through the walls?
Yeah, what is a portrait shelf?
It was the shelf where there was a small portrait.
Like a single one, or like a
singular portrait,
bookshelf?
plenty of bookcases.
Okay.
I like that. Yes, what is a portrait shelf?
Talena, not just Ty, had been waiting to ask me that for a week.
That's hilarious to me. You've been sitting on that question for 7 days. That's amazing.
Well, Talena's only been waiting for like an hour, but...
Yes, but Ty's like, I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to ask this question. I've been sitting on this question for a week. That's too funny.
Yes, well, I believe that shelf may open to another room. Markings on the carpet suggested as such. However, there was also those plans I don't think I fully mentioned that were sitting on the good doctor's desk.
You mentioned strange scripts.
Tell me, between you and our dear friend, has the word fire spark ever been spoken?
Dear DM, I know that Talena hasn't read the OG blueprints, but has the party shared that name with her?
No one has heard this name before. This was the first time there had been a name associated with the schematics.
Huh. The schematics that Basil found were also just...
unnamed.
They
were unnamed.
Yep. And actually, I will say this. Well, actually, nope, not yet. I can't say that. Never
Basil
mind.
could read the stuff and was basically
we'll never know what Merrick stole because he took those with him.
Well, and what's funny is I'm struggling because Hellraya wasn't there when you guys found the first ones.
Nope.
And Basil isn't here when you found the new ones, and Talena hasn't seen them yet. She's only hearing about them through Hellraya. So I'm like, okay, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that. Okay, well, guess you guys are just gonna keep.
I was about to say, and Dax has only heard of the OG ones. She hasn't heard of these new ones.
Correct. Yes, you guys are making my life difficult with all these character swaps.
Well, we did find some schematics. They might be the same ones, but no, they weren't named on the other one. I don't think. I personally hasn't seen them. I was too busy. She smiles and puts on her most innocent damsel in distress face, distracting the opposition.
How BS is that face?
Oh, the same face she pulled when she actually was distracting the opposition. But you can clearly tell that, that was her way of distracting the. Like she's making it too obvious for you to think that it's to you.
Well, anyways, there was a lot of numbers and scribbled notes and views of gears and stuff. I couldn't make heads or tails of it, but it looked important. However, I could not read it without using a little bit of my ability. And she kind of just waves the ring for a second.
Would I know what she's talking about?
When she
Obviously
references
it's some
her
sort of
ability?
magic, but if I've heard of the spell, that she used, not necessarily whether it's from the ring or whatever, just if I know of magic that makes you able to read things.
Yeah, you would.
I
I'm not
have
even
a
kidding.
visionary script. I have the opposite.
You would absolutely know that there are spells that allow you to either read or perceive languages you don't normally understand.
Congratulations, you know one of her spells.
Well, no, you don't know because you didn't say which spell you used. You just
You
said...
can educatedly guess.
You can guess, but you'd know that there's several spells that would fall into that bracket. So it's not, it's about as clear as mud.
On the specifics, comprehend languages is on Bard's spell list.
Is it not? Is that what you said?
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh.
Well, then, I mean, you could probably... I mean, you can... You can narrow it down, but, I mean, you don't know exactly... I mean, regardless, you know she used magic to figure it out. Like, you've got that much.
Oh, it's always nice to have a couple of tricks on in your sleeve.
And I've got plenty. What do you think of our other guest here?
Could be useful, but I don't think it's up to just the two of us whether this should be included. Perhaps an invite to a powwow later on. To see how the group vibes with her.
If the investigation... I mean, should we even mention to them about us investigating things? They seem to be very open about doing so, and we're definitely not.
Well, maybe not specifics, but mentioning that we have aligned interests could be.
Shall we try to leave at the same time? We can gauge the interests. If they desire to be involved with the investigation some more and maybe be led on by our side of things, they may be useful. I just don't know about anything with them at this point.
Perhaps not right now. I mean, we've now seen their face. We know their name. I can get a message out. I mean, sounded like you can get a message out as well.
Yes, but your message can go much further and surprise people in the midst of somebody else having emotional turmoil.
Right. Well, I think this is more of a group decision than just the two of us.
True.
So perhaps we regroup and then I can always send them a message to meet up at the... Are we frequent, I guess? Or at the docks?
The
Regardless,
more
we
that
have
we
what we came for, and she waves the documents around.
fair, the more that we frequent our favorite location, the more dangerous it's going to be to frequent there. So perhaps a secondary location for meeting.
I mean, true business
Wizard and
happens
Wand,
at our
perhaps?
See, I like keeping business there purely above board.
Is there another location?
Would I know of a third tavern, dear Dion?
Actually, I just thought of something.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking about it. Is the little spot in the central of the residential district more of a park with the 3 gazebos?
Hold on. The residential district.
Where?
It's more of a park. Yeah.
That.
Yeah. It's like it's a park with just some gazebos. Yeah, it's literally exactly what it is.
Perhaps the park central to residential district in South Daroon. It's
Ooh, I've not been
open,
there
public,
for a while.
and more of a safety location.
Yeah. Could always meet there, and then, if they can be trusted, bring them into the tankard.
Fair enough.
Or maybe even, and she lowers her voice,
And
I didn't write
as
it down.
I was gonna say, are you about to suggest our employer's office?
Yeah, that one. I'm legitimately didn't write down their name. That name.
The person we've been talking to since the beginning?
No. Oh, there it is.
Cassavas?
Crooked Crane. Yeah. No, I know the Cassavas' name. I was looking for the Crooked Crane.
Oh.
The who?
Crooked Crane.
Oh, I don't know where that one is.
That is the office.
The Crooked Crane?
Wait, the office? What are you talking about?
Cassavas' office.
He
Or
doesn't
at
know.
least his organization is called the Crooked Crane.
Huh?
His office is just called the Den.
Why do I have it written down as the Crooked Crane then?
I don't know, because there's...
Is that the organization he's part of? Or he's running?
No.
What kind of forbidden lore are you into?
I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out where you got this from, because there's the Wizard and the
From
Wand.
you!
I know, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. Wait, like... Hold on. Let me go to...
I have in my notes under organizations, I have the Crooked Crane ran by Cassavas somewhere in East Riverside.
Oh.
Well, there's a hotel. The Crooked Crane is one of the other, is the place where Basil was staying, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Let me double check that.
That would be Basil's
I'm gonna go way back in my
residence.
notes. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, here it is. Crooked Crane is the other place that Basil was staying at in session 2. Oh my gosh, you're throwing it back. Literally June 7th of 2024, over a year ago. Yeah, no, he was staying at one of the other inns. It was on the east side of Riverside. It's still near the docks, and it was called the Crooked Crane, and it's just a simple waterfront tavern. It has nothing to do with Cassavas. That's why I was very thrown off by that.
Okay, I may have mixed up two.
I think
two
you mixed up
different
some notes
things
there. Yeah.
Back then.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Anyways.
Then yeah,
Yes,
I will just refer to it as the Den, which is vague enough that people who don't know.
Yes. Yeah. It's just always been referred to as the Den.
Could be any den.
Correct.
At any point during the conversation, does dear Lady Arkwright or Kyria come back out into the sitting room?
Funnily enough, Mrs. Arkwright doesn't come back down during this conversation. It's during this conversation that Kyria is poking around. I will say from here, because the door was left open, you basically hear what sounds like the faint sound of creaking wood, as this is about the same time that Kyria is struggle busting to try to forcibly open this secret door that she now knows exists.
My +0 to strength will not be slandered.
You're like, you take that back.
Don't worry, you're not alone in that.
That was too funny. I will not
I don't have
be
strength, so I
slandered.
can't pull it hard enough, but I have +1 to dexterity, so I can wiggle it hard enough to open it.
I can wiggle it. There you go.
Holy heck, I just realized you don't have really high physical stats. What the hell? Interesting.
Oh shit! What do you want me to do?
Fair.
As we kind of
Why you
start-
cheat sheeting my sheet? No
I
spoilers.
ain't cheat sheeting anything. I'm just going off of context that was spoken.
No
as
spoilers.
we were
Go ahead.
As we're kind of agreeing that we should just go with the 2.5 of us. Forgot about the dog. Selena will stand up and I don't know if you'll allow me to do this, but like using prestidigitation to make like a little, like almost like a little thank you symbol / note on the like tray that the tea was on.
Mm-hmm.
That'll stay there for an hour.
Okay. All right. So you place that there.
It's supposed to be a small mark or symbol, but like it could be like to the
We'll call it a medieval post-it note.
Yeah.
I was actually willing to let Kyria struggle bus and try with the office stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Helrea's actually trying to wait until the lady of the house returns.
Okay. All right. So then in that case, real quick before
I don't know if Telena's trying to leave or not, but
So does Talene actually get up to leave?
Yeah, she's getting up and getting Scorch to heal and putting the documents away.
Okay.
So at that, sorry to keep poking us
You're
here.
fine.
Would it not be more polite to say goodbye to the lady of the house in person?
Well, I'll wait at the entrance hall if you want to either go up or yell up, I guess. Depending on what you think is more polite.
I'll make my way upstairs. I'm assuming all of them would walk kind of towards the entrance area where the staircase would then go up. Correct?
If you're going upstairs, yes. Is that, and I assume that's what you two are trying to do?
Helrea's trying to go upstairs.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, you'd get up, you'd walk into the entry hall, which is to your left, and then you'd go up the stairs, which is just a single straight up staircase.
And Helrea's being very soft-footed, but not necessarily super stealthy.
Okay.
It's more of, I'm just going upstairs to check things out and make sure that the lady of the house is okay and ready for us to leave.
Okay, so as you alone start to go upstairs, you make your way up the single flight of stairs to the second floor, where it dumps out onto a second floor. There's not like a landing or anything. It's just second floor, and as you get up there, you're in a small little hall. And on your left, you see two doors, basically. Like, so if you turn left, you have doors that are facing each other that are like to your front left and to your front right. And if you turn right, there is kind of an open space, like it looks like a little sitting area with a single window that looks out onto the street on the other side of the house, because now you're facing a different direction. And then if you kind of turn again, and if you kind of basically did a U-turn from the staircase, there's another door that is partially ajar. And from where you're standing, you can make out what looks to be some bedposts. So it looks like that may be the bedroom.
Are there any other doors that seemingly have light seeping from underneath the door seal or anything like that?
There's natural light that's coming from beneath both of the other two doors, but nothing that's like candlelight or like a flickering light of some kind that seems to be coming from the other doors.
And just out in the open, listening for any of the footprints or footsteps or any like general motion upstairs, am I hearing where our hostess might be?
Let's see. Roll me a perception check, please.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You hear the soft sound of wood creaking just ever so slightly that draws your attention to the slightly ajar bedroom door.
Approaching cautiously and just kind of peeking through the door at different angles without touching such door. Is there anything that I can spot before I try to knock?
Like what?
Anyone inside, any oddities that are just generally visible
Sure, gotcha.
from the crack of the door?
The door's not cracked enough that you can make out like anything super detailed. You kind of just barely caught the glimpse of a wooden bed frame. And it looks like one of those oh my gosh, what's the bed frame called? Where it has the posts that go all the way up to the ceiling on all four corners, and it has like a draped top to it. What is that called? Canopy bed.
I have no idea.
Canopy bed.
Canopy bed? Okay.
Yeah. And you can kind of make that out. And as you're kind of nearing the door and kind of glancing in, you're like, okay, this seems normal. And then all of a sudden, this soft, very faintish blue light kind of just like sweeps through the room and dissipates as quickly as it appeared.
Trying to slightly get the door more ajar without causing any due attention.
Okay, I want you to just roll me a straight D20. No modifiers. Just roll me a D20.
Wow, the same as my luck roll from earlier.
As you push the door open, like with one hand, you just kind of press on it and just push ever so slightly. You're like, okay. All of a sudden, and it does that thing where like you push it and you stop moving because you're like, oh, I'm making noise, but the door keeps swinging after you've pushed it. And it is the slowest door movement, and it just keeps slowly moving, and it's just creaking as it moves.
And knowing that it just started creaking slightly, and knowing that most people would probably hear that if they're entering their room, I let out a soft, Lady Arkwright, are you in there? I wanted to say farewell before we depart.
You give it a beat, no response.
Am I able to see anything more from the slightly ajar door?
As the door continues to swing open a little bit more, the bedroom itself that like as the door is swinging reveals basically you're standing in the door frame, and the canopy bed is center left inside the room. So obviously it's exposed on all sides, so you can get around it except for its far left side is up against the wall. There's a large dresser immediately to the left of the door that you're like standing in, and as the door swings from left to right, and revealing the room as it swings inward, you can notice that the room starts to reveal more. And you notice there's actually a set of French doors on the far side that are obscured by a thinly kind of partially transparent like curtain that's like letting in a lot of natural sunlight, and it leads to some sort of like deck or something that's out on like maybe a little patio or something that's outside this door. And then as the door swings more, you notice there's another door that looks like it leads into some sort of a washroom or a closet or something off to the right, like forward right, and that's it. There's nothing. I mean, obviously there's some furniture in the room, but there's no one in the room besides the furniture you're seeing.
Does the washroom look occupied?
From this angle, you can't tell. You can just see the entryway to what appears to either be the washroom of some kind or maybe a walk-in closet or something.
And is the door fully ajar or just more so open?
By the time it's done moving, it's essentially fully ajar and open so that you can see the whole room.
And just from my general observation, am I able to see anything that could have remotely made that weird flicker of light?
There's nothing in the room that looks like it caused the light.
Peeking into the room, another Lady Arkwright, as I then gently knock on the door.
And knock rings out, and I'd even say downstairs you hear a from upstairs, and there's no response of any kind. It is dead silent, except for you.
Oh. Does anything in the room appear off? Like, as if she may have been snatched magically or some sort of form.
I mean, there's nothing in the room that looks like there's a sign of struggle. Like, there's nothing toppled over. There's nothing that's like broken. It looks very well put together. It looks very clean and nice. Smells kind of pleasant. Smells like potpourri, maybe placed somewhere in the nearby area. But there's nothing that looks out of place. Are you still standing in the doorway?
I'm still just barely entering the room.
Okay. Yeah, from where you're standing right here, there's nothing yet.
If Hellraya was to lean over the railing for upstairs, if it's not a walled off
No,
segment.
it is a wall. It is literally a wall.
It is a wall.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. The stairway comes up through, and there's basically walls on both sides. You hit the second floor, and then it's just kind of like an L-shaped hallway. And if you were to go right and kind of make that button hook, you're now in the doorway you're standing in. If you go back to where you were, there was that other door, those other two doors I told you about. But where you're standing right now, there's no railing or anything.
Okay. Hellraya is going to move back from the bedroom door and generally look at everywhere else in the upstairs as she's making her way back to the staircase. Does anything else seem out of sorts? Pique her interest? Any of that?
Just heading back to the stairs?
Yes, basically observing everything a lot more closely now as she is making her way to the staircase.
Yeah. You don't notice anything. There it is. You don't notice anything that catches you. Like, everything looks very well put together. It looks like, it's a clean home. Nothing. I mean, certain doors are closed, certain doors are open. But from where you are standing and headed back towards the stairs, all you would be passing is that little kind of like little nook that's right off to your right before you hit the stairs. That has like a single chair that overlooks that looks out a window, kind of overlooking outside. That's all fine and put together. You make your left to head towards the stairs. You have those two doors that are in front of you. Both are closed. You have natural light coming in from underneath them, but nothing else. And that's it. And then you're at the top of the stairs.
Hellraya is going to make her way back to the staircase, get about halfway down the staircase, and try to get Telena's attention. Just kind of a...
I would look up.
It seems the lady of the house has gone astray.
Okay.
I have no idea what happened to her, as Hellraya is continuing down the staircase. But something odd definitely happened in the bed quarters. Bedroom, whatever. I'm trying to think of fancy
gives
words.
This cheeky grin.
Get your mind out of the Underdark, you silly little drow.
Out of the Underdark. That was good.
I don't. Yeah, no, that was a corny joke. I'm sorry.
No, that was
and
good.
I don't know if it turned offensive for Selena.
That was good. That was good.
She just responds with, "You can take the drow out of the Underdark, but you can't take the Underdark out of the drow." As she opens the door and walks away.
I should mention there was a blue glow of light before I entered that room to check. Very
Her hand
faint,
pauses on the
very
door handle
sudden,
before she opens it.
and I don't know what that spell or thing could have been. Is our other house guest still in the study?
Is that a DM question or a Telena question?
A Telena question. I don't know if Telena's seen her exit the room or not.
As of right now, this would all kind of been happening, and you'd still hear kind of the creaking of wood. As right about now is when Kyria has finished trying with both hands to move the
Yeah, I did have other plans. I don't just plan to spend the rest of the day doing
No,
this.
I know. I'm saying timing wise, that's about where this is. Like you've just kind of like, all right, this isn't moving.
Yeah.
So, based on the information that I have of the lady of the house, the disappearing in thin air, and the blue light, can I see if I can place that spell somewhere?
What do you mean place that spell?
With like an Arcana check or something?
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
What that could be.
Sure, yeah, I'll let you do that. And yeah, I'll let you do that.
As the brainstorming is going on, would I be able to assist? I don't need to assist. Never mind.
With a dirty 20, the disappearance of Mrs. Arkwright suddenly out of thin air, and no sign of like that she's been taken or anything like that, as well as there's no doors or windows open, the blue flash of light and that kind of culmination of everything, you are 99.9% positive some sort of teleportation or transportation spell was just used to either usher her away or for her to usher herself away. You're not sure, but based on what you were just told and the description of everything, something or someone or herself just bamfed her out of the room.
Would you be relaying this in conversation?
She's translocated. Not quite sure if it was per her own choice, but that's not really an immediate concern, I don't think.
I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be responsible for the disappearance of a council member's wife.
Which is
and
why
for some odd just thought process, I don't believe the girl in the study should be blamed for it either, so we may want to let her know.
Elaine just gestures towards the door, towards the study, and just crosses her arms and stands by the door.
Wait out front. Your note has been left. I'll go inform the other one.
Okay. I just close Scorch up and open the front door.
I'm sorry to make us keep lingering here.
No, it's okay. You guys are investigating.
We are leaving.
So,
I am already up.
You're like, no, we're out. We're
doing
gone.
so. We're doing so.
Okay, so as you head downstairs and Kyria is still investigating, we're gonna try this again. Tippy and Grigor, you guys have made it back to the well. It's been some time. You guys have been lingering here for a little while. You had no sign of Daxori has not shown up, despite you guys losing contact with her in Kingfisher Square. You've not seen anybody return from the house. What would you guys like to do?
Grigor would be lingering around the well.
Okay.
Maybe just taking this opportunity to curl up and just relax.
Okay. I would say if you guys want, if you need it, you've easily had a short rest. Like without any question, you guys have definitely had a short rest. But if you guys are just kind of lingering here, I guess we'll jump back. Here, we're back in the you're back in the room. You've attempted to move the shelf to no avail. What are you trying now?
So, I have a question and then my course of action.
Okay.
The cantrip thaumaturgy.
Yes.
Allows me to instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut.
An unlocked door or window, correct.
I don't know if the bookshelf counts as a door, so I will try it anyway.
Okay.
The question, if the spell works, am I able to, like... Because it specifically says fly open. Am I able to use the same spell to stop it from hitting the wall if it flies too open?
Essentially, my understanding of the way thaumaturgy works is it happens very quickly as part of like almost like a scare tactic. So like everything kind of like moves really quickly. So I would say that you wouldn't necessarily be able to cast it again because it's to fly open. I guess it just close.
Well, not to cast
open.
it again, but like...
I mean, it is a cantrip, so technically
not
you
fly
could...
open is hard.
Yeah, you know basically. What? Yeah, I'll let you, like, if you wanted to, like, because it's a cantrip, so you could just use it, boom, boom. I'd be fine
without
with that.
making a bajillion noise.
You're making a what?
Without making a bajillion noise.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd say you could probably do that.
Then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and cast thaumaturgy on the bookshelf to see if it opens.
Okay. You cast thaumaturgy, and as you cast it, is that something? Hold on. Is that something that just happens like in a space, or hold on a second?
It just flies open.
The exact wording is you instantaneously cause an unlocked door or a window to fly open or slam shut.
Okay. All right. So you cast it, and you focus your casting on the large bookshelf, and you feel the spell hit, and you hear as it kind of almost hits it like a gust of air, and it doesn't. You hear it creak and groan for a second, but it doesn't actually move.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. She says to herself out loud.
Mm-hmm. And I'd say, based on how that all played out, that's about the same time that Hellrhea, you'd be nearing the door, and you hear kind of a muffled whoosh, and then you'd hear audibly the that's disappointing.
Your investigation not going too well. As Hellrhea enters the door, that's what she said.
Not particularly. I heard a click when I picked up this book, but I can't figure out what it did. I just showed her the book and where it was.
Most likely some form of mechanism. However, some important news. The lady of the house is no longer here. But she never came downstairs. When I went up to check, there was a blue flash, and we believe there was some form of teleportation that had happened. I don't know about you, but we're the only ones here, and the last to have seen her. I do not wish to be brought up as a suspect in a possible disappearance of a councilwoman or a councilman's wife. I suggest if you don't want that either, we leave now.
Yeah, would my 10 minutes of magic detection still be up or not anymore?
I'd say it's probably about the end of that, so you kind of feel it fading.
I would try to take a quick look around, like upstairs, kind of through the walls.
The good question
No,
is,
it probably won't work.
would that have detected when the spell had happened or triggered that?
That's a good question, actually. Hang on a second.
That too. Like it gets
It's a pretty decent radius, if I remember correctly.
30 feet.
Do you want to click it to just bring it up into the chat quick?
It gets.
It's 30 feet.
Don't consume. Don't place.
Within 30 feet. It would be within 30 feet of you.
It gets blocked by 1 foot of stone, dirt, or wood. So,
okay.
Is there 1 foot of wood between me and where that would have been?
Yeah, it's on the
Because
second
if so,
floor,
then I wouldn't have felt it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the second being on the fact that's on the second floor, from where you're at, it would be just far enough and barred enough by wood that you wouldn't have detected it. It'd have been close. That's a good idea, but no.
Also, Jesse, I'm not sure if you read the whispers from way at the start of the session, but given you're now actively looking around, I think you'd notice those magic auras on Talina.
Not if you're behind 1 foot of wood.
She's not out.
The door is open, isn't it, between us?
Yeah.
I don't know the structure of the house, but also if it just ran out, then I wouldn't notice.
Yeah. Well, you probably would have noticed as Hellrhea entered the doorway any of her magics.
Yeah, especially her ring.
Actually, Neon, here's a good question.
Yeah?
Would the detect magic see through?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, because it's a magic effect. So yes, it would.
Okay, can somebody catch me up on what's going on then? Because you just
see that the ring is a magic. Like you can see that the ring on her hand, it has a magic outline to it. And
I
you
would
would know that. Oh my gosh, it's School of Magic again. Hang on a second.
I mean,
I always forget the schools of magic. I need this
Hogwarts.
I need to memorize this.
Illusion for the innate. Wait, no, is that
no?
What I have?
Hold on.
No, okay.
It's not. It's. Oh yeah, no. It would. Is it? Wait,
yeah, disguise self is illusion.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be. So the ring is School of Illusion. Yeah.
What spell level is disguise self again?
Doesn't matter what level it is. You just know that it's.
I'm just curious for the sake of utilizing it later.
It is a first level spell, if I remember correctly.
Okay, and if it's innate, do I still technically have?
Still a first level spell.
It's still a first level spell.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't change the level of the spell. It just means that you, based on some things that either an item or a feat or whatever, you can just cast it without needing to use a spell slot.
You also cannot upcast any spells.
Wait, I can use it without using a spell slot?
I'm pretty sure we discussed that.
Hold
on.
Depending on the spell or feature, you might be able to do it once a day without expending a spell slot, and then the rest would do with a spell slot.
Yeah, innates are usually like X a day.
Yeah, I forget.
It's like what I mean, I have that as a tiefling, like Darkness and Hellish Rebuke. I can do it once a day for free, and then every other use I can still do it. It will just take a spell slot to do it.
Oh, okay. No, I remember what it was. Hold on, let me DM you because it's. I remember what it was now. Why it's
is
under
it
innate. Yeah,
uniques.
Okay, I'm guessing it's attached to the.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm also going to DM and ask if things.
Skib.
Oh my gosh, I cannot type today.
I can. What do you want me to type?
There we go. That defeats the purpose.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Good.
Yeah. That's what I remember now what it was. So yeah, there you go. Okay. So yeah, so with the detect magic, you do see the ring on Hellrhea's hand is glowing with the colored outline indicating the School of Illusion. And you notice that the same sort of color is there's kind of a shimmer effect that's happening all over Hellrhea at this exact point in time. And then obviously the items on Telena, like her lyre on her back is glowing as well, and
Telena's through a doorway and across from the sitting area and near the front door, if not going through the front door. So
It's 30 feet as long as it's not blocked.
Yeah, it's not blocked by a foot of wood at this point, and I would say you'd at least be able to see that through the walls at this point. The house is not massively big.
Yeah, just kind of pass as it fades. I see those things.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, Hellrhea just gave the information about the lady at the house disappearing and probably suggesting we leave.
As I put the book right back where I found it.
As you put the book back, you hear a second click.
Yeah.
And as it clicks, you hear, and you watch as the whole bookshelf slides about an inch to the left.
Kirya's just standing there looking at it like, really?
Oh, that was interesting.
She kind of turns. If you feel that whatever happened to her will endanger you, I will not hold you here. But I came here for a reason, and if she's disappeared, I have another reason to stay. And I will see now if I can open the damn bookshelf.
As you grab the bookshelf and you look at the grooves on the floor you spotted last session, you're able to pull, and it now freely, I mean, it's heavy, but it does freely swing, and it follows that semicircled path on the floor, and the bookshelf opens like a big gigantic door and reveals basically it steps down a bit, and it kind of goes down into like a cellar-like space is what it looks like, and it goes underneath the rest of the house, and it's basically just kind of a really steep staircase down, and then it's a cellar is what it looks like.
Hellrhea seeing this, and also with the raising curiosity of, dang, she's right, and I am a sucker for looking at information and stuff, is just going to be rubbing the bridge of her nose as she starts mouthing words and casting message over to Telena.
At the same time as that's happening, possibly distracting you, I don't know. Kirya doesn't look at you. She kind of just continues to look down at the path that's just opened and asks, not even a little bit curious?
The message sent to Telena. We found the secret door, and apparently this one wants to keep looking for the lady of the house now. I'll stay back with them. And after that, Hellrhea will look up and go, you've piqued my curiosity enough.
And as you guys
Are you sure she's not upstairs?
Telena does have the option to return a message.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I might just let you two be. So I'm timing wise, Telena has just like closed the door behind her as that message comes in. And she'll respond with, you have fun, I'll let the rest know. And she'll start making her way towards the well over time.
Okay.
As the two are dungeon delving with the doggo.
Hellrhea will just... Wait, didn't the doggo go with you?
Oh, yeah.
The doggo went with me, yes.
Sorry.
And Hellrhea is now just going to talk to Kirya and say, lead on, detective.
Are you absolutely sure she wasn't upstairs?
Absolutely certain. All other rooms were unoccupied, and I peered into the bedroom. There was nobody there. If you wish to go upstairs and we investigate further, that's on you.
Rule number 1 in the Investigator School of Everlight, if you find a creepy basement, don't split up. And she goes down.
Inspiration.
Is that what she said out? Is that
Yes.
she said that? Okay.
She said that out loud.
Inspiration. That's great. That's great. I love that. It's now canon. There's the School of Investigation for the Everlight. That's amazing.
Again, Hellrhea now definitely not feeling comfortable and feeling like I'm going to get blamed for whatever happened to her. I am going to get scrutinized and everything. It's going to hurt everything I've ever built. Rubbing the bridge of her nose. God, why am I so curious? This is all in her head.
As you guys are stepping down, we're gonna jump back over. Dax, sorry, you've been making your way from Kingfisher Square down to the docks. If I understood you correctly earlier, I believe that's what you said earlier.
She's making her way back to where the ferry docks.
So the ferry docks are? Okay. So yeah, it was not difficult for you to navigate there. A couple stops once or twice to get out of Kingfisher Square, but once you got out of Kingfisher Square, because you're up on a rise, you can see the docks, and so you're able just by sight how to navigate where you need to go. And it takes you, I mean, if you're walking just kind of a leisurely pace, it takes you about 45 minutes or so to get from where you were to the docks. Not very difficult.
Yeah, no, she's just walking at a leisurely pace.
Okay, yeah, and you make it to the docks, and it's standard. I mean, it's at this point it's mid-afternoon, or it's almost like basically noon at this point, like maybe a little afternoon. And it's warm, ish. I mean, for fall time, it's warm. And the people are milling about, and the docks seem to be relatively busy. And you can see that as of right this second, both of the ferries are mid-river. They've both left their respective docks and are doing their transit. And it's going to be a very short period of time until they both reach their dock. But
she's gonna look to see if she can find Grigor or is Tippy still invisible?
Well, to clarify something real fast. You guys had split up at the well and then headed north. As of right now, you had mentioned you're headed to the ferry docks. So,
okay. Yeah, that's right.
If you were misunderstanding that and trying to go back and meet up with the group, we can retcon that and say you were headed to the well. It's the same. It's equidistant as far as walking, but
no.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you get to the docks. You do not spot any of your friends, or your dog. And it's just, it's the standard accoutrement of people milling about.
She's just gonna try and kind of blend in while she waits to see if she can see anyone that she recognizes show up.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check on that one. See if you can blend in.
Dirty 20.
Jeez, yeah.
I got a 14 and still got a dirty 20.
Okay. You do blend in pretty well. I mean, obviously you're not going to completely disappear as you are a tiefling with fiery red hair. So obviously you're going to stand out to a degree. But you blend in such a way that nobody's giving you dirty looks. No one's like eyeballing you, like wondering what's going on. In fact, a couple city guard on a patrol pass by you and don't even so much as look in your direction. And you've just kind of blended into the surrounding crowd. And it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, where you're hiding in plain sight by using the people around you, sort of deal. And yeah, you just kind of sit there and watch for a bit. You watch as people mill about. You watch as fishermen pull their ships in. You watch as some people pull their ships out, and you can see some ships traversing the river, passing east to west, and just kind of observing the surrounding area.
Out of curiosity, is she able to see or find the ship amongst all the ships, either out in the river or at the docks, that she accidentally got roped into helping the crew with?
Roll me Roll me a perception check with advantage since you know what you're looking for. That's a really funny question, actually.
What's my perception? 18.
You got an 18?
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of scan the river way out in the distance in the dead center of the river, you happen to see a little fishing boat that you're like, that looks kind of familiar, and you have like a vague little positive reflection of helping out them pulling their catch after you fell asleep on the boat and realize that's probably it way out there in the river, and it looks like they're having a good haul today.
She kind of just laughs to herself.
Okay.
Kind of like just like a little chuckle.
Yeah. All right, and you're having a pleasant time, just kind of people watching and ship watching, and I mean, as of right now, it's pretty normal. So we're gonna hop back over to Tip and Grigor. You guys are hanging out. Is Tip invisible?
No, not at this point.
Okay. So Grigor and Tip both are with each other. That was something Monhold mentioned earlier that would have been kind of odd. You guys are lingering here, and it doesn't take long till Talina, because you know where you're going. You are able to make it over to the well, and you see Tip and Grigor just kind of waiting for you guys at the well. And Tip and Grigor, it doesn't take you very long for her walking over here that you see her coming, and you hear Scorch bark out once or twice.
Okay, nobody's greeting her, so I guess she's greeting them. She gives a little wave towards the two and goes sits on the lip of the well, holding one of the. I'm assuming it has a little roof thingy, so she's holding one of the two pillars that's holding the roof up.
Yep.
Grigor walks over to Talina.
Found anything of interest?
A few things.
Oh, don't make me beg.
I don't have a cricket button.
Yeah, I do. Can I see Tippy from where I'm sitting?
Yeah, unless she's hiding.
No, Tippy's just chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. Yeah.
I'm looking presumably up, knowing Tippy's appreciation for high places.
Yeah, is
Right?
Tippy on the
You
roof of
want
the
to
well?
tell me
Or...
things?
Oh yeah, she's totally on the roof of the well.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. So she's up on top of the well. Yeah.
Yeah, she looks up at the tail, which is probably the only part I can see.
Probably.
Given that I'm sitting under the roof bit. Do you want to tell me anything, given that this one's not very talkative tonight?
You all pause because Tippy's thinking. Let's see. What did I learn? I learned stuff. I did. I really did. Something about a lieutenant that no one likes. I don't remember his name because it was very long.
Do you need me to repeat it DM wise, or do you actually know and Tippy forgot?
No, I have it written down.
Okay. I was
I
gonna
just
say,
know that.
'cause
I'm not
admittedly,
trying
it is
to
a very
pronounce
long
it.
name.
Tippy just like, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's very long. I don't care enough to pronounce it. What else? Hold on. Where did my notes just disappear to? Come back, notes. Come back. Okay.
Maybe come back.
Lieutenant, right?
I hit a back button somehow and my it went poof. Let's see. Apparently, according to people, the councilman's doing a very bad job. Apparently, over here needs more guards. That's all I remember.
Nobody likes the guards. Well,
Oh
what
no,
else is
no,
there?
it's not that they don't like it. The guards were saying that they need more of them because there's not enough up here to do whatever they're supposed to be doing. Nobody likes the city guy, the city boss people, though. Oh, people are being very, very much overtaxed.
Overtaxed?
Oh yeah, very much. We dealt with some of them already. The tax, what are they called? The tax people.
Collectors?
Yeah, those people.
Dear DM, given that I have a steady income, have I heard of having to pay taxes before?
No, you haven't.
People up here pay taxes?
Apparently. Oh, I did make the tax people believe that this place is ran by a king. It was pretty cool.
And before you ask,
Delaney just starts laughing out loud.
I was gonna say, yeah, you know there is no monarchy. I will say, actually, for clarification, everybody in this party, except for Tippy and Dax, because obviously of reasons, knows that the nearest monarchy is miles away. Like the only thing even close to a monarchy is in Talion City, all the way to the west. Like nowhere near here.
Can we see the world map from here?
If you hold on,
I think it's in our.
We'd have to go back to the landing. I'd have to go back to the landing page.
Yeah, if you go to the landing page, you can click on it. Yeah. What?
You have a world map in the campaign Discord chat.
Yes, but there's also one here in Founder. If you go to the landing page, if you click on the world map, it'll open it.
It might take a bit to load.
Fun idea for a future note. If you can add like a trigger if we click on the map compass on this one and it pops up the world map, that would be really neat.
I can do that right now.
Yeah.
We have a world compass.
The over on the left side of the map where it has the north, the literal compass.
Sorry, you said which city? Teodora?
Talion City, all the way to the west.
Oh, west.
That's the nearest monarchy.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Northwest of Durham.
Yeah, I see it now. I was looking east for some reason. Did you mean west?
Oh, I thought you meant west.
Yeah, Tulane just starts laughing at the mention of a king. Well, at least you had some fun. I tap my bag. I've got papers to get us into the city council.
That's useful.
We are performing next week. And by we, I mean Hellray and myself.
Speaking of, where is Hellraya?
She's investigating a secret passage with a new acquaintance. And you can see her visibly hesitate before using the phrase new acquaintance. She's like, I don't want to call her a friend. Some investigative one looking into the Blue Hoods. They don't know what we know. So we figured it might be best to have one close to find out what she knows.
So we gotta wait for 2 different party members now.
Hmm?
Oh,
yeah,
we kind of lost Dax. I don't know. I lost her.
You say that not so nonchalantly. I don't know. I just lost. I lost an entire tiefling somehow.
It happens. It's just a regular Tuesday.
I mean, with this group, it's true. Everyone turns around and somebody's gone. It's like I need to put you all on leashes and just have Cassivus be like, "All right, I'm your dad now. Let's go."
I mean, yeah, Tip wouldn't know it, but
Together next
that's
week.
not the first time the group lost Dax, right?
Here's a fun one. Can we
I now want fan art of Cassifus with party members on baby leashes.
And all of them like baby chibis of themselves, all running in different directions.
And then Dax is riding Scorch. Like
oh, absolutely. Yeah. we need this now.
Anybody who knows some really good commission artist, please.
That would be so funny. Okay.
Talina taps at her forehead and looks at Tippy and goes, "Can you reach her?"
What's the range on that again?
That's a good question.
Not enough.
Isn't it 10 feet times your level?
Yeah, I think it is.
You cannot reach her. I'll tell you
I don't know
straight
why
up.
I measure that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're way more than 50 some odd feet away.
Well, I don't think so.
Well, that's
I've
hold on, let me
never
actually
tried.
let me check, 'cause that's like your base thing.
Yeah, I think we established that was 10 feet times range.
For what it said, is it where'd my telepathic go?
That's not actual distance though. Whoever's measuring.
Yeah, no. This is not this is not a miniature city. Like this is a map of reference.
Got a level when the entire district is 50 feet long.
Yeah, you're like, wow, it's so compact. Yeah, technically, and Monhold is correct. Then the best way to get a hold of her would be through sending. That would do it, because message has a limit of 120 feet. So if anyone has a sending spell, I would basically be the closest.
Not even second, third.
What?
That's a third level spell slot, my guy. I don't want to willy-nilly.
I am just saying that the only way you could communicate with someone right now is going to be sending, because I mean the three of you are close to each other, but the other two are well over 120 feet away, and Dax is well over 120 feet away. So this explains a lot, though. CR3, where they were burning sending spells like crazy, and why they were hurting. That makes sense now, because they're third level spells.
Mm-hmm. Well, where's a logical place for them to go, assuming they're done? Like we said we'd regroup here.
I guess if not here, then maybe the docks?
Yeah, they didn't go to the house, so we could head there. I kind of don't want to waste my sending, because we may need to contact Rhea instead. And I can't do both today. Actually, I look at Scorch. I don't have anything of Dax. I'm just gonna.
Scorch isn't gonna be able to find her. It's been too long, and there's too many people walking around. His nose would get confused.
Didn't I?
Actually, I can tell you right now that if you look at his sheet, he actually might be able to track her down.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Doesn't Tippy have something from Dax?
Like what?
Didn't I get a gold coin or something from Dax's pocket? Wouldn't that have her sent?
I mean, maybe, but
How
even
long
then,
ago did you grab it?
Yeah, I mean, Scorch at this point.
When I made the illusionary scroll.
The illusory script. Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know if she has anything of Dax's off the top of my head. I mean, my memory's not that great.
The coin is the only thing I remember having.
Yeah, I would say the coin might have, any coin you've gotten from her, I would say would maybe have the scent. But I'll also say that, like, it's not been that long. It's not like it's been days. And Scorch could, if he was ordered to, he could theoretically try to track her down. But it would basically be like, survival checks. But because of what it is, for clarity's sake, Shadow, he would be making them with advantage, because he is trying to detect through smell.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess someone can try and order Scorch to smell, and he might listen, he might not.
Yep, it'd be an able handling check.
I'm gonna yell at, not yell, but like sternly and in a commanding voice, go find Dax.
That is not bad. Okay. let's do this. Okay, so Scorch seems to understand you. Dax, if you want to go ahead and open his sheet and roll, huh?
I did.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and perfect. Go ahead and roll a give me a second here. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll me. I wanted to check something. Roll me it's basically a wisdom check at advantage, and you're gonna add the modifier of +1.
Can you not click on the perception thing on this?
He's an NPC. He doesn't have oh, he also has +3 to his perception. So actually what you're gonna do is you're gonna add 4 to it. Because he doesn't have a normal character sheet on here. It's
yeah, I was just wondering if you could click the thing on the left, but apparently you can't. So.
No. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can. In the skills, you can actually just click perception. Look at that. But I assume the Shadow is probably making physical rolls. Or not. Never mind.
First Scorch, I'll do virtual.
Yeah. Okay. So with a 16, Scorch borks a couple times and starts taking a sniff and starts doing the thing that you picture in Disney movies where the dog just starts going and just starts going left and right and just like zigzagging all over the place and starts wandering down to the fishmonger's district for a bit and starts tracking.
Grigor would be following Scorch.
Okay. Now we have a 4-party split. Of course we do, because... Or no. Are you two following?
Yeah, I'm following.
Oh, thank goodness. Well. Okay, thank you. Okay, still 3-party split. It's better than a 4-party split. Okay, so the 4 of you start, unless Tippy, I assume Tippy's going too, unless otherwise stated.
Yeah, Tippy's going.
Okay, so the 4 of you start meandering through the fishmonger's district, and he's not moving at a lightning's pace. He's tracking, so he's taking his time. But he's got some sort of a scent, and so he's following. As you guys continue to move through the fishmonger's district, we're gonna double check. We're gonna go back over to Juniper Slope. Rhea and Kyria, as you guys step down the cobblestone staircase that is, or not cobblestone, but I guess it's cobblestone. A cobblestone staircase that leads from behind this bookcase, and it goes down. It's very steep, and it goes down maybe the equivalent of 10, 12 feet, and hits a cobblestone floor and just goes straight in. And you can tell this looks to be some sort of cellar. But as you are stepping in, the darkness of the room is enough that it's making it hard for you two to see. However, if I'm not... Okay, so never mind. Kyria, you're... Oh, wait. Never mind. You guys are both... Okay, forget that. You guys both have dark vision. You guys are fine. You guys step in.
We need to get Jesse's attention, by the way.
Oh. Yo, I'm talking to you.
Hi.
Hi.
Yep, we're continuing now.
Yes. Nice.
As you two are stepping down the cobblestone steps, that goes down about 10 or 12 feet. It hits a cobblestone floor, and you take a couple steps forward, and it opens up into it's a cellar-like space, but it's rather small. Low ceiling, but it's dark. But both of you have dark vision, so you have no problem. And through your dark vision, you can tell that it is a simple stone, carved out and cobblestone space that's underneath the house. Very clearly with some kind of a cellar that was then converted into a secret, looks to be some sort of workshop. There is a large drafting table on one side that has some schematics clipped to it with some writing implements there. There's a large work table in the middle of the room that takes up most of the space. It's like a large, heavy oaken wooden table that has all sorts of things laid out on top of it. There are various pieces and parts that are hung on various brackets and wall mounts on one side, vertically to hold different shapes of things. There's some crates in the corner that are holding some items as well. They're kind of open, and you can see some large rod-like things coming out of them. You see a couple of casks, like wooden barrels, in one corner as well that are stacked, and one of them is actually open, and you can see there's some sort of powder inside of it. And there is also a small little chest sitting on the work table that is closed that has some like carvings on it. In the corner of the room, there's also a very large iron safe that appears to be closed.
Is there anything to give us some light in here?
There's a couple of unlit torches being hung on a couple of sconces on the side of the walls, and there is what appears to be a candle chandelier that would be hanging above the work table. It's very close to the ceiling. It's not hung very low because it's a lower ceiling, but none of the candles are obviously lit.
Before there's a chance for that, Hellray is going to snap her fingers to use prestidigitation and get a candle lit.
One candle is that all you can do?
It does note I will say it does note a candle. If you're allowing me to light all of the candles at once, I will do so.
That was not meant to be shade. I was confirming how many.
You're like, is that all we can do?
So, prestidigitation, fire play. You instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
I mean, it is a cantrip, so technically you could just keep snapping your fingers and lighting candles if you really wanted to. There's four candles being hung from the chandelier at the top, and then there's 2 torches in the room. So there's a total of 6 lights.
I was gonna say, if not the snapping, basically doing the whole like hand wave across the room, but to add the effect of getting each one at a time, doing like little waves.
Okay, yeah, and after just a couple of seconds, you're able to, and actually, you know what? That's a fair point, Tyra. So I'll say that technically 3, because I would say the candles are small enough that you could get all of them together, because they are a single like lighting source. So the 3 of them you're able to get up pretty quickly. And once the room illuminates, it reveals more detail to what you were just looking at, but everything is kind of confirmed.
And now I'm curious what Kyria's thoughts are at Hellraya just doing that.
Well, what you would have seen was her begin to reach into her bag that she has with her, because she has a bag. She just carries around, and once you little the eye, she kind of stops, puts the bag back on the back, and she will start investigating the room, going first from the schematics to then analyzing the powder, and just kind of looking, trying to figure out what's what.
Okay, so as you look over this, so go ahead.
Yeah, she also asks, because I don't believe that your name was ever mentioned.
Oh yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some brief introductions in the sitting room when you guys first met?
Yeah, but Hellraya's name was never spoken.
Oh my god, you
guys
are the worst with names. Like absolutely the worst.
This was intentional.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so as
Hellraya
Kyria
doesn't
begins
like to share her name.
Oh fuck! I lost my train of thought. Give me a sec.
Sorry.
The train has sailed. I need to catch up.
Wait, the train has sailed.
You heard me.
Okay.
I mean, you ever seen the train of thought from Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah. So as she begins just looking around, investigating, which will tell me the rules and whatever. She's kind of asks, "So what's your name?"
And Hellraya, in her investigation on the other side of the room, you may call me Rhea.
Pleasure to meet you. We're ready to do rolls now, Nia.
I know, I requested rolls from both of you.
Oh, wait, which ones? I didn't hear.
It should have popped up on your screen. Did it not pop up?
I've
No?
never had that pop up before. I like it.
Yeah, it's called Let Me Roll That for you, and I can literally just click a thing and request rolls from you.
Me no see.
Me no see. All right, hold on. All right, yeah, you're selected, and we're doing a normal roll, and you're doing an investigation. Did it pop up that time?
9.
Bro, what?
I guess I just roll investigation.
Yeah, that's fine. Just roll
Suffice
investigation,
to say, the actual act of investigating is not Hellraya's strong suit.
And clearly neither was mine. As much as I wish for it to be the opposite of confines of
your
what the
guys'
character is, I didn't have an extra skill expertise.
Yeah.
Only if you guys had a rogue with you.
We do have a rogue with us.
If only we had a rogue with us, it doesn't split.
Like going up
Dax request to find the damn Shadow Realm.
As you guys are investigating the space, even with whistles innocently, even with the lower rolls there, Kira, you very quickly are able to determine that the schematics you're looking at here match that of the ones you saw on the desk up top. And Hellraya, you also saw them. You were the only two that made it into the office. So you guys identify that these schematics almost are a one-to-one copy of upstairs. However, this one, instead of saying Hellraya, your spell has deteriorated, so you can't read these.
Yeah, the spell is deteriorated.
Yeah. But Kyria, you're able to quickly read that this says at the top left corner is the first spot you glance at, and you see it says Firespark Mechanism 1. And it is basically an elaboration of schematics and details regarding, to clarify the trigger assembly that would go beneath Mechanism 2. And you can see at the top of the schematic, you can see where like he started sketching Mechanism 2 and like he has some indicators like it would go here and stuff like that. And the stack of schematics here, there's many more of them beyond the one that was up on the desk. And you can see that there's a total of 5 mechanisms that he reads out. Or I should say components. Some of them are mechanisms, some of them are components, but it's all pieces of some sort of larger contraption, and they all move together 1 through 5. Obviously, 2 is missing, as you know, it's up on the desk in his study. But 1, 3, 4, and 5 are here on this drafting table. Hellraya, as you're glancing the other side of the room, you said you were looking at what was it? I'm sorry.
Whatever was on the other side of the room.
So just
investigating other things that Kyria is not at the moment.
Okay, so as you kind of scan the wall, it's exact opposite of the drafting table. You see there's all these different components that are hanging vertically on the wall, and they look to be rods until you close and realize that they're hollow. And there's several of different lengths. Some of them are very short. Some of them are about 5 to 6 inches in length. Others are almost 3 feet plus. Some of them are 4 feet in length. You notice that next to those hanging horizontal, there are these metal shapes, essentially, these kind of metal blocks that are different sizes and shapes of squares, essentially. And there's about, 4 different sizes of them kind of on these different shelves. And it looks to be, basically to clarify, this is kind of like trial and error component pieces, essentially. Like these look to be prototype pieces and such of something that he's been working on that maybe all supposed to go together. None of them make any sense all kind of individually. But then as you scanning to the back corner of the room, you find this large iron safe that's about 3.5 feet off the ground from its feet to the top of it. And it's about 2 feet wide by 2 feet deep. And has a large handle on the front, but instead of having like a numerical dial, it almost has what looks to be like a cryptex built into it, where it has it looks like it rotates through letters in common, hold on, I messed up. I'm sorry, not letters. It is actually numbers. But it is more of like a cryptex style where the numbers rotate up and down. It's not like you have a spin dial, but it actually has multiple numerical slots that go all the way across. And you notice that the numbers actually go up as high as 26 for each of the individual slots.
Okay. I just saw something that is this cryptex thing that you mentioned in Indiana Jones's game, as much as I've said
Yeah,
Like,
they're really cool.
That was cool when I was helping somebody go through that puzzle. Anyways,
It looks kind of like that, where it's like it's embedded into the door, and there's numbers and there's 16 slots that go from left to right, and each dial you can basically, they're all kind of spun randomly, and you can tell the highest number is 26.
It's another door.
It's a safe door. It's a little itty bitty safe door.
Okay. I do want to ask, out of all the components, is there multiple, or are they all kind of just singular units?
Oh, there's multiples of each. Like, there's various sizes and shapes and lengths and densities and materials. You can tell some of the materials have a different color to each of them.
If able to, you said one of the round hollow tubes was more of like, what, 6 inches?
There was some that were like 5 or 6 inches, and there were some that were up to 4 feet.
Helrea is going to be grabbing one of all of the smaller bits, as much as she can.
Okay.
And placing them into her garments, because she doesn't really have a bag.
Okay.
Per se.
Okay. Now they're kind of heavy. These are metal, so they're gonna clank around and make some noise and such if you don't have a bag to put them in.
They're pressing like right up against her body because she doesn't really have a bag. So she's placing them in like the little corset she's wearing.
Yeah.
Down her top, anything like that, just to kind of store them and keep them. But she's only grabbing stuff, one of each, that looks like it might be fitting together as things go on, and just kind of, as she looked at the schematic upstairs, kind of picturing what she was looking at.
Okay.
So it's not like she's trying to grab every single piece that would function and work together. She's just grabbing them all to have as evidence and other things to look at. But she's only taking from groups of like more than 5. Stuff that would not necessarily notice going missing.
Okay, I put that in your inventory. You have some prototype components, and it's about 4 pounds worth of stuff.
Okay.
Like, combined.
Got it. Anything super duper bulky that she wouldn't be able to keep within her garments?
The bulkiest piece of that is going to be... and you're grabbing all the smaller bits, you said?
Smaller bits, those are going to basically go down her top or go into her corset, just to kind of keep near her body, just to kind of swipe.
But I meant like the smaller of all the things you're looking at, like the smallest on the scale. Okay.
Most of the small stuff that reasonably they probably would all fit together somehow following the schematics, but they're not like the actual for sure this fits with this.
I want you to roll me a...
Dipping into her one level of rogue right now.
I have a question, soon, TM, when you're ready.
Yeah, go for it.
Do I notice she's nicking shit?
She's not exactly trying to hide it.
I would say if she's not trying to hide it and you guys are both surveying the room together, I'd say, yeah, you notice. And Helrea, I want you to... I want you to roll me a...
She's not like grabbing a handful and shoving it.
No, I understand. I understand. I want you to roll me... I'm going to go with an intelligence check because...
Just straight intelligence check?
Yeah, straight intelligence, because what I'm thinking doesn't exist.
Okay. If you wanted to go by it with her picking stuff up, it could just go by the passive sleight of hand, but...
I mean, it's up to you. If you're not trying to hide it, then I wouldn't even make you roll sleight of hand.
I'm not necessarily trying to hide it, but it is delicately moving and like, this one,
okay.
This one.
It's up to you. If you are actively trying to be somewhat hidden with your movements, you can roll me a sleight of hand check. If you are more just kind of like daintily grabbing things as you move through the room, I would say she just sees it.
I was good with daintily then.
Yeah.
And then intelligence, just straight up.
Yep.
7.
Okay. I will say that you do grab a collection of these things, but you do not know if they go together or not. You are making basically an educated / uneducated guess on what pieces you're grabbing and how, if they could go together.
But also just generally grabbing this one small enough to keep on my person without
you're grabbing
detrimentally
the
affecting me.
Yep, I gotcha.
What are you doing?
This is evidence, is it not? Just collecting it.
As far as I'm aware, I'm the only actual investigator, and you're the friend of a bard. So for you, this is stealing.
These are obviously little small trinkets. They're worth barely copper pieces to put together.
I would agree with you if it wasn't in a hidden basement. I'm not so much
True.
worried about your potential profits as the fact that us not leaving things untouched will mean this will be discovered.
I'm only grabbing what will be unnoticed. And plus potential profits, this is not my typical line of work.
I hope you know what you're doing. And for me, I will try to see. So you said that like combined with the schematic 2 upstairs, and then there's also one, and like the rest of them down here.
There was one on the desk in the study, and the other 4 you found here on this drafting table.
If I look at all of them, well, for now, without going upstairs to look at the other one, because I basically just seen it, can I put together what this is about?
Yeah, so
like
you
what this thing
piecing
is.
these parts together, this is some sort of weapon that is, when all the pieces are together, is about 4 feet in length, give or take, that is designed to be what you can presume. Actually, roll me... Let's conjunction with this, because I have something that I'll just give you, but let's see. Roll me a... I think we'll do it. I think we're gonna do an intelligence check for you as well, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Just smarts.
Yeah, your ability to.
About our investigation. Yeah. Damn, my
Okay.
investigation
Okay.
rolls
No, that's okay.
or intelligence just suck.
That's okay. So
You have inspiration.
You do have inspiration.
I mean, might as well use it, I guess.
It's up to you.
Just reroll and then remove inspiration, right?
Yeah, just you click the inspiration on your sheet and then just go ahead and re-roll that intelligence check. There you go. That's better.
And a bit
So what you're able to deduce is, yes, you can figure out kind of how these pieces all to go together. I mean, obviously you have 1 through 5, and you've kind of deduced that order. And essentially what you've determined is this is some sort of weapon. It is rather long and thin in nature. It is comprised of wood and iron, as well as other materials used for various smaller and intricate components. It fires a projectile made of solid metal that is melted down into a small ball as one of the possible projectiles. You determine that it is designed to be handheld because it is not very big. It is designed to be light enough that a single person could wield this weapon. And it requires 2 hands to utilize, and it is designed to attack at range. That's what you've deduced looking at schematics, like looking and piecing the pieces together, because you can read this and you're reading everything and everything. It's like, okay, if you put these together, it's going to be about this big. And that's what you're able to kind of deduce from it. Obviously, without physically seeing one or interacting with it, you don't know the details on it, and there's no instructions for how to utilize it beyond its intended goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
While Kyria is trying to decipher those schematics and basically piece things together, you noted a safe.
And that was what I was
You
describing
also
earlier
noted-
with the lock thing that I was describing.
Yes, you noted the lock. I have a question. And this might go into perception or anything else of the sort. Is there potentially a cipher, or is it just like actually numbers for a lock?
So to describe it again, what you're able to visibly just see is it's a small safe. It's about 2 feet wide, 2 feet deep, and from very bottom of the floor to its peak is for about 3.5, maybe 4-ish feet, probably closer to 3.5 feet. On the front door of it, there is a simple golden-ish handle that you would use to crank it open. And then right above that looks to be like the front half of a cryptek sort of thing that's embedded into the door. And it has 16 dials from left to right, and the highest number on those dials is 26, and they're all shuffled around. And that is all you can see on the physical safe. If you're wanting to deduce how to maybe solve it or anything like that, that would get into some rolls for sure. But as far as looking at it, that's what you can tell. There's nothing immediately present to you that gives you the hint of what it is.
Fair. But it seems the good doctor, in all of his efforts, is being the one trying to craft all of this stuff and create things, and getting into that mindset. I would assume he doesn't always remember the password he's placed.
Okay.
So we're going to search around for a possible parchment or other etching of some sort where he might have the numbers or a hint.
Okay, roll me another investigation, please.
May I use my inspiration?
You may. You probably should. That was an amazing use of inspiration right there. As you're looking over this, you have this notion of, okay, the good doctor clearly takes a lot of very tedious notes. He probably is someone who would forget this. I'm going to go ahead and look around. And you slide your hand over the top of it, around it, you glance around, and just kind of on a gut instinct, you slide your hand underneath it, and you feel something that feels like parchment that is rolled up almost like a cigarette underneath. And as you kind of curl your fingers back and pull out, it comes loose, and you pull out a tiny little scrap of parchment that is rolled like a little mini scroll about 3 inches long and tied kind of tightly.
This one, I will try to hide my motions of discovering this and moving it up to try and
You are trying to hide
take a look at it. I will try to hide
Slide a
looking
hand.
at this.
Yep, sleight of hand. And I need Kyria to roll me a perception. Wow. Okay, I need a perception from Kyria. Actually, no. You know what? No.
That was a critical.
This would be a passive perception. This would be a passive perception. Because Kyria is not. Kyria is doing something else.
That was close.
That was close.
Well, no, passive automatically fails.
Yeah, the passive does automatically fail, but both of them fail. But they're both. I'll say this: they're both really close. So what I will say is, I'm going to leave it up to Melon if Kyria would catch even a glimpse of what you wouldn't see. Obviously, you succeeded, so you're able to hide what just happened because it's so close, and Kyria is a very perceptive individual. I will leave it up to you to determine if any movement is noticed at all. Because I know you guys are consummate role players, so I will leave it up. And you can be selfish and say, "Nope, I win. I won the roll off." She doesn't see anything.
To be fair, I don't think you can open the safe without me noticing anyway.
No, and that wasn't the plan at the moment. But
No.
If you were to kind of just blindly look back after she had discovered this piece of parchment and whatnot from under the safe, she is leisurely moving away from it, with the parchment now not in view, but also she doesn't really have sleeves. Shit. You see her adjust her corset.
Naturally.
Yes. As she's moving away, that's all you would see. However, how large is the basement? I now want to know.
The basement is quite small. I'd say it's no more than I'd say it's about 25 feet wide from wall to wall, and it's about maybe 40-ish feet from back wall to the entrance you guys came in at.
40-ish feet. Okay.
It's give or take. My dimensions in D&D always are a little rough, but that's a pretty good. That's pretty close.
Is there any other locations that would be kind of a distance away from Kyria that also has like parchment or book or anything that Rhea could take out the parchment, try to unfurl it, and get whatever is on it?
Sorry, you asking if there's other parchment you can use? Is that what the question was?
I am asking if there's any parchment laid out on desk, any schematics or any other details that are away from Kyria at the moment.
Sure.
That Rhea could go over
unfortunately,
and look like she's investigating.
Sure. Unfortunately, all of the like writing implements and writing accoutrement, like paper and parchment, are going to be on that side of the workshop.
Okay.
So you'd have to basically go over near her and either get from the main work table, the drafting table, or off the little tiny bookshelf that's that's next to the drafting table.
Heck. Adjusting her corset again, facing all the components again, just kind of looking around and trying to, and seeming like she is looking over them and contemplating how they connect. She'll be opening the piece of paper.
Okay. We'll keep the same sleight of hand check as part of that. And as you kind of roll open the little parchment, it says answer equals or code equals, and then beneath that it says home is where the heart is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on.
I rolled a physical die and I got a 17. Maybe I just have the shadow curse.
You could, yeah. Yeah, for the record, while we're having a lull here, if you guys are having worry about AFK timering in the voice chat, I just added that basically dead silent soundboard button, so you can trigger that so that it doesn't AFK kick you, and it should work.
And let me see what you have. No!
Not that one. Okay. With that, we're gonna let you guys sit for a second. The four of you guys that were moving through the Fishmonger's district, Scorch seems to be hot on the trail of Dax, just taking his sweet, precious time. Just kind of zigzagging across, and then every so often taking a sniff in the air, and then changing direction and changing course. And he bumps into a few people in the Fishmonger's districts and gets dirty looks from some people and completely seems to ignore them. And finally, you guys find yourself back at the other end of the Fishmonger's district, at the top of the large stairs that lead you down to the dock. And he just kind of stands there and barks, overlooking the docks. But he doesn't go down the stairs. He just kind of looks very proud of himself that he's led you back to the docks at the staircase.
Do we see the bright red hair from here?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh no, it's daytime, isn't it?
It is noon. Yep. Womp womp.
That didn't actually.
That really didn't make that much of a difference. Yo, that really didn't do much. You take a second and you're kind of scanning the ground, and you can't quite tell. The brightness of the light for you is really kind of starting to throw you off, and you're like, man, I really hate this sunlight stuff. And everything's looking a little bright, but Grigor, you're like, oh, there she is. And you were able to point out Dax just ever so faintly, kind of just lingering in the crowd over in one side of the dock, just kind of, I don't know, what would Dax be doing? Would she be leaning up against something? Would she be, what would she be doing? Shadow.
D is muted.
Oh dear. I know we're reaching about that time too, so.
Oh no, not again.
No, Shadow's actually muted, so.
Oh.
Did they go AFK and I missed it? I may have missed it.
I don't see it.
Okay, I'm gonna use my DM card here. I'm gonna say that Dax is lingering on one side of the dock area and is leaning up against a stack of crates.
Okay.
Yep. Anyone telling me?
I was gonna say, is Grigor gonna tell anyone, or is he just gonna be like, "Yep, just points"?
I see it actually. It's over there by the crates.
And you're able to follow his line of pointing and look for the crates, and at that point, then you spot her.
Yeah, I like squint and put my hand over my like forehead to like go, screw this light. I need a baseball cap. Don't actually say that out loud because I don't know if baseball exists.
No, it doesn't. Baseball is not canon in Adalia.
Fair enough. I need some sort of brimmed hat. As she walks down towards Dax and presumably ushering Scorch along.
I'll say this: as you're walking down the steps, you see a couple of people walking up the stairs that are passing you, that are paying you no mind, and several of them have large straw-brimmed hats on their head.
Do I know Mage Hand? I don't know Mage Hand. Dang it.
You don't? Wait, really? You don't?
I don't have Mage Hand, no.
I'm genuinely surprised at that.
I have other tricks up my...
That's true, you do.
No, I had a thought, but I'm not gonna have that thought. It's
Okay.
fine. I'm just gonna pass them.
And they walk past you and disappear up into the city.
Part of me was like, I could suggest or ask where they bought it, but
sir, give me your hat.
And I'll walk to Dax and try to get Scorch to, come join.
Yeah, Scorch is following you down the stairs. Do Grigor? I assume since Grigor pointed her out that he's following. Does Tippy follow? Okay.
Grigor would have stayed at the top of the stairs.
Okay. Cool. Then we will do this. Make my life easier. Okay, so Grigor's still at the top of the stairs. Everybody else is down in the dock district. What we're gonna do, Shadow, are you still here? If you are, you're muted. I don't know if you can hear me.
I'm still here.
Okay, cool.
Hi.
You didn't respond earlier. I did pull a DM card. I just said that Dax was leaning up against some crates in the area that she was kind of like blending in with earlier.
Yeah, sorry, I had to step away.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Talina, Scorch, and Tippy have just joined you down in the dock area.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure you were there.
How excited is Scorch to see?
Yes, I did see that part, and I did hear that part.
Okay.
I just couldn't respond.
No, you're okay. You're okay. Just making sure. And I would assume that when Scorch sees you, he gets excited.
Yes, when Scorch sees her, he gets all excited and runs over, and she kind of kneels down and starts to, ruffle him up and play with him and all of that.
Good deal. Is there any conversation, or do you guys just all silently nod to each other and acknowledge each other's existence?
Dex would look at them. You left me at the market. Thanks for that. And she's kind of saying it in like a joking tone. There's no like real offense behind it.
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't paying attention.
In my defense, I have no defense.
That was the best possible response.
We love our snarky little squirrel.
To be fair, I wasn't paying attention.
Listen, Squirrel was being a spy. Literally, a spy.
Well, did y'all find any more interesting information when we departed ways, I guess.
Talena taps her bag and goes, I have documents for entering the city council, and I heard you had some fun with the, and she does air quotes, king's tax collectors?
Oh, yes, those lovely gentlemen. Yes, we did have some fun. That's all I'll say about that. I also found out, that there's been I assume you already know this since you went to his house, or I'm not sure if you guys actually ended up finding it, but that his house was robbed by the Lowhoods. I also found out that he's been spending more time in South Darun than in North Darun, and that's very unusual for him. And there's been a much greater restriction on movement of people from North Darun to South Darun. And she kind of just lays it all out, just blatantly to them as she's petting Scorch. She doesn't like really hide any details. She just kind of lays it all out. So yeah, that's what I found out. Did you find anything else out? And she kind of just cocks her head to the side out of curiosity.
Well, apparently the good doctor has himself some sort of... And at that point, Talena just looks around to make sure nobody's eavesdropping.
Yeah, roll me just a quick perception check.
Well, that could have been good.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of people all over the place. Oh no, this wouldn't be. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say this is a disadvantage. You're just kind of perceiving.
I'm in daylight and I'm looking around.
Well, I guess I don't know. To me, you're not like. I guess that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you're not really sure. There's people that are milling about because you are in the dock area, and you can hear the sound of everything going on, and you can't tell. I mean, you look to see. It seems that you guys are kind of private, but you're not 100% certain.
Well, she hushes her tone slightly more than she has before. She goes, some sort of secret room behind a bookshelf. Brea's still back there with a new acquaintance, some sort of investigative religious knot.
Dax kind of raises her eyebrow. Interesting. And oh yes, I forgot to mention. There's been sightings of Lowhoods up here, which isn't apparently very normal. And they've been seen loading I guess crates onto the ferry to bring to South Darun. What they're loading, I'm not sure, but they've seen it. I've also heard that the guards up here aren't very happy with the councilman right now. As for this new individual that's now with our other
new individual
party member, and she says other party member still with some disdain. As for this new individual with her other friend, should we be concerned about her?
Well, it depends on how they come back, I guess.
Dax really doesn't like that answer, and she kind of raises both her eyebrows in suspicion. Not what I wanted to hear, but okay.
I mean, we
gonna.
know their darkest secret. So if they betray us, we have cards to throw back.
We know this new person's darkest secret.
No, Reyes.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. I'm concerned about her, but I'm more curious about this new person she's with. I'm asking, can we trust her?
Oh,
Or
not as
them?
far as to throw her, which is why we haven't told her anything. Well,
Good.
not much.
Let's keep as much information from them as possible. We don't need to be dragging more. How should I put it? We don't need to be dragging more. She kind of just taps her finger against her chin. We don't need to be dragging more riffraff into our business.
Those were not the words that Telena was rattling out in her mind. She'd be like, attention, like size, no? Okay, riffraff. Yeah, that works.
No. Dax is definitely throwing an insult out. Yeah. So. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we're waiting for her then?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rhea also mentioned something about strange scripts on the doctor's desk that might be similar to the ones that we found down below.
Would Dax remember what she's talking? Would Dax remember what Talina is talking about when she says the ones that they found down below?
Wait, okay. I'm sorry. I was doing something else. Would Dax understand what about down below?
So, Talina was saying that they found some like scripts on the doctor's desk that were similar to the ones that we found down below. Would she know what they're talking about in terms of that?
I would say yes. In reference to the catacombs.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say without making you roll for it, I would say that yeah.
Yeah. She nods in understanding, and that's all she says about it because she doesn't want to say any more information out in the public. Oh, and don't be alarmed, but I have found we'll say an informant that needs help getting across to South Daroon. And I told her to meet up with us here. Now, she's not staying with our group, as far as I know, but she needs help getting to South Daroon, and she gave me some information in exchange, so I told her we would help her.
I mean, if all that we're doing is gathering information for passage across, then you'll need to talk to our captain. As she like gestures towards Tippery.
Yeah, so she was saying it like she was saying that last part loud enough for them to hear, and she was looking at Tippy because she knows that Tippy's the one that's got the ghost ship.
Wait, what am I doing?
Oh my gosh. Dax raises an eyebrow. An individual gave us some information. In exchange, they required passage to South Daroon. I said we could help them. Are you fine with bringing them on the ship just for passage since they gave us information?
Oh, you don't want them to use their boat. You want me to use my... Okay, I caught on.
It's more so they can't use their boat due to restrictions that are being placed on travel between North and South Daroon for people who live in North Daroon.
Oh, should we do it so we're not at the docks?
I don't care where we do it.
'Cause
She's
only 'cause
she's meeting us here. I don't care if we go off somewhere else. I mean, we still are waiting on this our other party member.
I mean, as far as I know, those restrictions don't apply to private craft. And if they do, nobody told her.
Yes, she didn't specify. She just said that there's been restrictions placed. And that they've made it harder.
Right.
So
what I'm saying is that information was never relayed to us ever.
I am very well aware of what you're implying. I just don't want to end up in the how do they say it here? In the arms of the law when we cross to the other side.
Well, it's a good thing we don't need a dock to go back and forth.
Docs would nod in approval. Yes, it's a very good thing we don't need a dock.
So we should probably get information from this right before we sail across at the dock, just to be safe.
I already
that they're
got
not
the
gonna get-
information.
Well, no, I
already-
meant like for like if we get this person across the boat, and then as soon as she touches, they touch the other side of the dock, bam, law.
Yeah, no, so I'm also concerned with us, Tippy. We are coming from North Daroon. As the guard will see it, we are passengers who are crossing, quote unquote, illegally from North Daroon into South Daroon. So she is not the only one who has a problem here. We do too. So, if we are going to use your boat for passage, it is best that we take off from somewhere that has no port, and it is best we land somewhere that has no port.
Agreed.
While this conversation is happening, Grigor, you have lingered at the top of the stairs and have been keeping an eye on down below, as well as waiting for your friends from the west. And something catches your eye.
Hold up, he's deafened.
No, I said
Grigor.
Grigor.
Right. Sorry, I thought Jess was. Never mind.
Nope. I was talking about Grigor. Monhold's good.
I confused the two.
Yep.
Sorry, Jesse.
Monhold, Grigor, you've been lingering up there, keeping an eye on things, and something catches your eye, and you see that someone has just pushed past you and just ever so slightly kind of nudged you, and has started walking away. And without making you roll for it, as they disappear from sight, you suddenly have the urge to check yourself, and you kind of pat yourself and realize, wait a second, and you look, and your coin purse is a little bit lighter than it was.
Just got pickpocketed.
Quite successfully, if you saw the rolls.
We didn't, because they were privately rolled.
Thanks, Einstein. I figured that. I was just. And Grigor, I've also already gone into your inventory and taken the appropriate amount, so you can, if you knew what they were before, great. If not, it'll just basically be a little bit lighter. It wasn't significantly lighter. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and leave it right there, with Grigor realizing he's just been pickpocketed, and we'll pick this up not next weekend, next week, but the week after.
Okay.
As it has reached EP time for everybody, but we've at least gotten 3 4 of you back sort of together. All right, cool. So yeah, we'll pick this up next time. Yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you guys for hanging out. That was fun. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I will try to get this up on YouTube. The last week's episode is up as well. If you missed it, you can go catch it on the YouTube channels. But yeah, thanks everybody. Actually, I probably need to make a command for that. I don't think I have a command for YouTube. Nope.
Probably need to. Probably just link the playlist if you've got it all in a playlist.
Yeah, I'll make some commands for the playlists for that. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody. We will see you guys next time. Have a good night, and thanks for hanging out.